Hello everyone, and in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Brandon Lyon's video reacting to, so Genshin will never get better. Oh, wait, okay, I didn't even see the name. It's called Genshin will never get better. Holy shit! Okay, the length of this video is kind of crazy. I'm compared. Snezhnaya is doomed. Oh, that's a very interesting title. And obviously Brandon Lyon titled his one, Has Genshin Actually Lost Its Identity? Alright, so, and his thumbnail is showing, because I have some thoughts, Mondstadt and then the moon, which is kind of a crazy. Like, if you just played 1.0 or 1.1, this would be absolutely insane to be witnessing. If you're just joining about now, you're like, but there's a spaceship, dragon spaceship, moon? Like, what is going on? There's experiments on the moon. Like, what is going on? And I'll be honest, I was freaking shocked. If you go to my reaction, I kept saying the same words over and over again. I didn't know what else to say. I was so shocked at what was happening. But it is interesting because if you look at all the nations and how technologically advanced they are, Mondstadt and Liyue are very far behind. I'm not counting Inazuma because it makes sense that Inazuma's far behind because they were isolated for so long. So it makes sense they're quite far behind technologically wise. But it is very interesting to see Mondstadt and Liyue very medieval, while you got Sumeru, like, I think we first started to see it with Sumeru, with the academia, with their Akasha terminals. Then we go to Fontaine, they have Mecha, they have, like, powered by Numa Usia and stuff like that. They have literally dancing mechs. And then you go to Natlan, they have fucking motorbikes. They have, like, glowing confetti, they have phlogiston and stuff like that, but they literally have microphones, bikes, pianos. I'll be honest, that is whack as hell. That's very real. And then it's like Nod Cry. It's just really cool. It's like it's that mixture which I think is really cool. It's that really like old rustic vibe, but then you also got like the advancement stuff in it. So I do really see like why people would say it is just how it started, how I do think they always planned for it to be this way, but it is interesting to see Mondstadt and Liyue so far behind compared to every other nation, even when they're technically connected in some way. But I don't know. Like, they don't have all this fancy stuff, but yeah. Anyway, let's get into this and let's see what Brian has to say as well. But yeah, that was my little ramble. Yeah.
I got this video recommended to me about a month ago. Genshin will never get better. Snezhnaya
It's a month ago.
But apparently it's a very objective video. I like to
give okay, this is for the talk.
My 2 cents for these and give my opinion, which is obviously not going to be super...
Gotta hate Brian now. I can never unsee the penguin.
Objective. It is going to have a lot of bias or lack of bias for certain things as well. But since I've been trying to take...
This place looks fucking beautiful. Holy shit. And it looks even more beautiful now that on my new computer. Like, the colors just are so much better. It's actually insane.
Every aspect of Genshin more seriously lately, so I've always loved the story, I've always loved the lore. I really hated the combat at a certain point, but now that I've started to take team building more seriously and have fun with it, I'm actually finding parts of the combat that I really do enjoy, as long as I don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Nice.
Will Genshin ever get better? Is Snezhnaya...
Yeah, the story, the characters, the lore. Amazing, bro. Amazing.
I personally don't think so, but let's see why.
Nah, I don't think it's doomed. No way.
The special program behind
it's too beautiful for that.
the scenes is out. The most awaited region in the game is
Oh, so this was just after the special program, which teased this Snezhnaya, so about a month ago, yeah.
here, and yet
I don't know. A place this beautiful, can it really be bad? I mean, the lore is going to be insane. I am so excited to meet the Sarutsa. And obviously, the main plot of the Fatui will be coming to a close here as well. Hopefully the Shades get involved. Yeah, I don't know. The characters... It's going to be an idol, probably. That's going to be interesting.
yet again, Developers showed they lost any sense what Genshin is about, or was about.
Damn.
Okay, I like that they show
Still with the anime.
Monster there.
Oh, there's a show the anime. But where's the anime, bro? Please, I want it. I want it.
There is no baseless hate here, maybe just a tiny bit. I just want to disclose why devs have no respect left for not just their title.
I mean, saying no respect left is kind of crazy to say. I don't know. That's a wild statement to say they have no respect left. To me, that's kind of wild to say.
but for people who made them rich and successful. One
Okay.
of the issues is the gap between developers and players. It feels like developers.
Oh, yeah, the listening side of things. I mean, that's always been a thing.
I do think there
And
is always going to be.
if that's what she's saying, if what she's saying is that they don't listen, I mean, that's always been a thing.
A gap between developers and players, no matter how you look at it. That is
And true.
That's for sure.
Developers live in their own imaginary world, and the feedback they get comes from easily impressed children. First of all, how do you have such audience when your game literally sells sexualization? When your plot evolves around heavy topics for mentioning which this channel might be even banned forever? When you
I mean, yeah, for a game that is directed, to, kids, the underlying lore is very insane and very dark. I mean, this isn't a Genshin problem. This isn't a Genshin only problem, though. I don't like how she's saying this as in, like, Genshin is the only one that does this. There are worse games. Like, if I go and search up Nikke right now, which, in terms of sexualization, is leagues beyond. Oh my god, can I log into my phone, please? Thank you. I'm gonna say it probably says 13. Like, I go Genshin Impact. This is on iOS. Okay. Oh, it's 16 plus. No. Okay. And it has infrequent sexual content and nudity. So it's like, I mean, technically it's rated normal now. And Nikke, holy crap, my voice. And Nikke is also 16. Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, my example got thrown out the window because Genshin's rated 16 plus on iOS. Don't worry.
have a
Whoa. Hold the front door. What?
I don't like how she's presenting this as a Genshin only problem. I don't like that because there's worse games that direct to the same audience that are worse in this regard.
Okay, let me
But,
start this part
yeah.
again. Hold on.
Oh, how do you have such audience when your game literally sells sexualization?
Why does Escoffier have nothing on? What's happening here?
When your plot
I mean, that's not Escoffier. Am I high? The other characters for sure. I mean, goddamn.
I mean, I guess she's talking about this, where you can't see underneath, but so...
But Escoffier?
App Store literally centered her... Oh, wow, they did too. That's actually kind of crazy.
Is that a skin mod? Did they remove
Yeah.
her clothes for this?
They removed the
I'm so
dress.
confused.
revolves around heavy topics for mentioning which this
You also won't get your channel terminated for talking about the children experimentation and suicide and stuff for economy.
Yeah, has anyone got, like, banned for talking about Dottore? No. Like, come on, Dottore... I mean, I like them... It's kind of funny, yeah, it's a game directed at kids, but the main villain of the game did experiments on kids. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild if you ask me, bro. Kind of wild. I just thought of that.
Children. That's not going to happen. It
Oh,
was
no.
dark for sure. It was
Yeah.
freaking amazingly dark. You're not going to get banned for talking about a game storyline, though.
channel might be even banned
Yeah.
forever. When you have a gacha system in your game and pricing there is honestly it's insane. Well, whatever.
Yep.
Like we all agree that the majority of
Agree.
players, like at least the oldies and those who started
Oldies.
playing and fell in love with the early
True,
stages
though.
of
Yep.
the game, like same people, what do they anticipate? They anticipate emotional payoff that was building for 6 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I think also the reason why it feels like the game is like advancing so quickly is because for the past year, obviously it feels like it's advanced a lot, but that's because that's what No Cry was for. No Cry was for the fill like in all the gaps, tie up all the loose ends, and I feel like the game has been progressing very slowly because they haven't been doing that, right?
Well, see, this is the interesting part. I feel like they hit the nail on the head with this, though, for lore lovers and story lovers.
And snezhnaya, of course, yeah?
Because
And
everything's adding together very quickly now, and then we're getting to like the big shit with dragon lore and stuff, which will explain much more about Teyvat as a whole, you know what I mean? And how Teyvat was created and stuff.
right? I think I am. I think it's very noticeable without even gathering in-game feedback, which is questionable. It's hard to make a high-quality marketing research. And by what
I mean, it's like she's talking about, I guess, is she talking about feedback in terms of story related? But I'm like, just let them do what they want with the story. And this is probably how they planned the story to go the entire time. Because I also feel like the Traveler encountering more technologically advanced stuff also brings them closer and closer to their home world. Because their home world, I'm guessing, was so advanced, it's kind of probably, we can't even imagine it still. That I think it makes sense for them to do that, to get him closer and closer to what his true home was like. But I don't know. Maybe I'm saying wacky shit.
developers are saying they aren't actually very good at doing it. But I think it's subjective, so let's just not talk about it anymore. So,
I would say that is also subjective, for sure. That was my subjective opinion on the matter.
players mostly want clarity and narrative conclusion.
Yes. Now, before Nordcry, I actually would say that this was a big problem, to be honest. I think Nordcry was the glue that this game needed to slowly mend this problem. And I think they did a phenomenal job. I feel like now we have more clarity and narrative conclusion than we have ever had before, ever. I'm curious what you're thinking.
Definitely with like the Abyss, the Abyssal stuff, the Dragon stuff, learning about Teyvat as a whole, Moon Sister stuff, Sinner stuff, I guess some Shade stuff.
In the YouTube comments about this, because I don't think this is a subjective point. I think for the people that noticed a lack of clarity in how the quests were not only presented, but the information was put forward to the player.
Oh, it's a cool cut.
Nordcry is night and day to post Nordcry. I think Nordcry has made this infinitely better. Even pre-Dottore patch, I still feel like we got quite a lot more clarity and narrative conclusion than we got in the previous regions, especially for like Natlan and such, which tended to keep adding more information rather than tying up pre-existing lore plots, right? We learned
like
a lot about the
answering.
dragons, we learned about the full sky, being able to actually punch through it and see it.
Oh,
We
yeah,
learned a lot about
Natlan.
pretty much everything in that nation, but there wasn't very many answers. Nordcry has been answer after answer with a couple of plot progressing points
Like
as well.
concrete-
Let's see what they have to say about this, because I am very curious. I just wanted to put my points across first, and then we can build up on it later.
Answers.
Alright.
So, players mostly want clarity and narrative conclusion, like concrete answers. Developers, on the other hand, talk about game systems and how they think about design frameworks, which is okay since it's a behind-the-scenes program, but I'm
Yeah.
not judging the things they will show here. I'm judging the messaging they put behind it. They say that snezhnaya is conclusion. It's just a crazy statement.
I mean, in terms, even in Teyvat, I mean, technically we don't know what Kana is going to be. Like, yeah, it's not, yeah, okay, in the Teyvat trailer, yes, snezhnaya is technically not the end because we got Kanria afterwards. But what is going to be Kanria? Kanria could be an interlude between part 1 and part 2. snezhnaya probably does wrap up everything. It wraps up the Fatui's plan. It wraps up Project Struja. It wraps, probably hopefully we get, like, explain everything to do with the history of Teyvat, the origins of the dragons and stuff like that. Learn about the Gnosis more. You know, learn about the Third Descender more and stuff like that. But I do think we don't technically know what Kanria is going to be, how it's going to come to fruition. I mean, we kind of do know Lamine's implanting it into the world. But, like, how it's going to happen, what it's going to, you know, I can't even say, I can't even explain it because I don't know, you know?
In Teyvat trailer, it's not the end, it's just the beginning of actual true story. snezhnaya is the point where players get all answers they craved for 6 years. I mean, we have Connery and Celestia after that. It's a huge ground for new content. And snezhnaya is a place where players can get satisfying understanding of the main story. And it seems like developers will not give any answers judging by how they handled Nordcry.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm actually very surprised about the fact that they say about how they handled Nordcry. As a story enjoyer, I really feel like they handled Nod crying.
Yeah, I mean, it was
well.
incredible.
However, a couple of points here. Maybe I could be wrong about this. I don't think they've ever said Snezhnaya is the literal conclusion of the story where we're going to get all the answers. I'm still of the belief that it is going to be the final part of this chapter, but we're
it's
still
the
in
seventh
the
nation
chapter. The Genshin story is probably going to continue for another 10 plus years, bro.
I mean, yeah, bro, like, but yeah, I mean, look at Honkai Impact, bro.
We're concluding that this chapter of the
Honkai
story,
Impact is a prime example of they'll do a part 2.
we're not going to get all of the answers. Yes, we'll be reaching the conclusion of this chapter, but if you're reading a book and you get to the end of a certain chapter, I don't think you have the conclusion of the entire story of the book, right? There's still going to be plenty of pages, plenty more chapters in the future. I think what we'll probably end up getting in Snezhnaya is the conclusion of this saga, right? Which I don't think it concludes everything with the Shades, with the Abyss, with Kamriar, with Celestia. I think it concludes the Fatui's saga, to be honest.
Because there's still, but we haven't learned like anything. Like we've learned very little with Celestia. It's kind of like, I mean, we learned a lot more about like their technology and stuff. Obviously in Act 10, but Jesus Christ,
that's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to finally understand what Project Stuja is, what the plot of the Gnosis are, and then we're going to go to Kamriar, which is...
And how the Gnosis are going to come into play.
The plot of the Gnosis are, and then we're going to go to Kamriar, which is going to be Genshin Impact 2 Electric Boogaloo, basically, the new chapter, and then we're going to continue the story from there. But we're not going to get answers on Dane, the very end of the game or anything.
I think Kamriar has a high chance of being an interlude between, maybe. Like a 1.5. Literally like Honkai Impact, I just realized. But yeah,
it's gonna slowly progress, of course. But that was my understanding anyway. Maybe I'm crazy.
New content.
I
And
don't know.
Snezhnaya is a place where players can get satisfying understanding of the main story.
I think for the people that expect to get a satisfying understanding of the main story, I think they will in Snezhnaya, though. I do. I think they will draw it to a
I cannot wait for Snezhnaya, bro.
The chapter feels like a finished chapter.
And it seems like developers will not give any...
So curious how they're gonna
judging
handle it.
by how they handled Not Cry.
Very curious about this one.
Version which was meant to close.
We want to tidy up all the stories scattered across all of Teyvat. Yeah, that's more bringing book-related stuff to light, which they did, like, which they did with one of the biggest and most lore-heavy books in the game, which is Before Sun and Moon. They did that quite well, and other stuff as well, talking about the Moon Sisters and stuff like that. About Teyvat's people, creatures, and incidents. I think they did that with like the Moon Chanters and stuff, the Frostmoon Scions. But our pace was too fast, so we rushed it.
Story
They
gaps.
didn't explain.
I really feel like it did. Let's see what she says. I'm curious.
You had 6 years, and this is what you were talking about in the program for the most awaited part of the game. Like, okay, you were showing behind the scenes, but surely you had design a roadmap and ideas about how Nation will look like and feel.
It feels like she's combining the Nod Cry and the Snezhnaya behind the scenes into one. This does make sense. You're showing... Okay, I'm confused.
Behind the scenes, but surely you had design a roadmap and ideas about how Nation will look like and feel like and stuff. Maybe you could show just sneak peek about that. But no, we came up with the idea of terrain. And yeah, Cryo Element will be a placeholder for some yet another ancient power that only special traveler can wield. Oh, and yeah, like music, it will be Baroque, yeah. Yapping about what an open world is and how other titles are successful, it's just insane. It's about Snezhnaya. Guys.
You know, this kind of makes me sad, bro, because the way that this person's talking about it makes me feel how I felt like a year ago. Respectfully, it just sounds salty. It sounds personally
Yeah, I just don't understand this.
offended. It really reminds me of how I felt a year ago when I did go through the burnout stage, and I didn't want to admit it. I'll keep listening. We'll keep.
I mean, yeah, to talk about... It's like they're sick of it. It's like they're sick of the game. Do you know what I mean? It feels like they just don't want to play anymore. Which, I mean, fair enough, don't play, but it's like... I mean, yeah, they're talking, they don't want to... Okay, what do you expect them to say? They've got to tell us how Snezhnaya ends? Like, they don't want to spoil, they don't want to show too much either. Like, because I don't want to be told a lot. I'm like, cool, yeah, there's a train. But it's like, That's all I want to know, man. That's all I want to know. Like, oh, the traffic gets some power? Cool. That's probably even a bit too much information. But it's like, I don't care that they don't say too much about snezhnaya, because, like, bro, hey, I want to experience it for myself in game.
Going, because I
I don't
am
know.
genuinely interested in what they have to say and why they feel this way, but
Please, like, are you this far from real world or sanity?
I mean,
Players are actually invested in long-term narrative payoff, if I'm not the insane one, okay? Like real OG ones and overall sane people.
I feel like I would consider. I mean, I started playing in Azuma, right? It was on year 2 of the game, pretty much, and I've been actively playing pretty much every single, not every single day, but every single patch, obviously, but multiple times a week since then.
Developers think, I suppose they think that way, that Genshin is a moment-to-moment interaction, like a quick dopamine rush vibe with no weight. And this gap makes everything.
I feel we've heard the developers say how much they themselves love the lore and the story of this game, though, and how cool it is to write such a thing, right? I don't know if that's accurate. I don't think the devs feel that way. I'm not saying the devs are perfect.
I'm not saying anything because I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
They've definitely fucked up a lot of times, and they've definitely done things where the game does feel like shit or like it's rushed. Absolutely. But I think to say this stuff after Nod Cry, as a story enjoyer about the story...
Bro, we must say Jordan!
Crazy to me, dude.
That automatically puts the story to stop.
I don't know. Nod Cry genuinely made me fall back in love with the game because of how they
love
handled the
Nod Cry.
story. Genuinely.
I cannot wait for
Like
freaking...
a quick
Oh, just
dopamine
die.
rush vibe with no weight.
I think a lot of the time it is, right? It's a video game at the end of the day. It's
designed.
kind of a game that's designed to be logged on, played for 30 minutes, and logged off, unless it's the very start of a new patch with new quests and stuff. But obviously...
And plus, it's like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like... Yeah, obviously you're going to have to wait, but... I don't know, to me, it's just fucking deal with it. Like... What Brand Online says like so many times, we're blessed to be getting updates and story every 6 weeks, right? Where other games don't get them for like 1 to 2 years. So it's like, and then you're waiting fucking forever. You know what I mean? But I guess also with those games, a lot more of the story is complete at a time. I don't know. It just...
when there's new quests, that's not the case.
And this gap makes everything feel off.
Please, I can't physically wait for 6 years to finally know what contract Zhongli made with Sarita.
Oh, sure.
And then here are new, fresh, never seen before minigames and designs. What else haven't we changed in Genshin? Okay, but you just said players are really excited about like long-term payoffs and stuff, but you want it to be shorter? Is that the complaint here? Like,
I mean, and what do you mean? Here are some fresh new... You do realize the mini... Like, this doesn't make any sense, bro. They just... Like, I'm not complaining about dry periods. I don't think I've ever... I think that there's only some patches that I've complained about. One, the patch that Chiori came in. I think that was 4.5. That was a drag. But I feel like a lot of patches, like, I've happily waited. I've been excited. I've been like, and I feel like obviously mini games and stuff are like obviously to like break that a little bit. I don't know. This just feels so weird to me. Like we get something every 6 weeks, and in Nod Cry, getting 2 Archon quests that were insane every time. Every 6 weeks was crazy, and then we got the freaking. Then we got Then we just got the Act 9 and 10, which was wild. I think it's one of the best quests in the game, in my opinion. Like, that was ridiculous to me. I still think it is one of the best, even after the period of doing it, I still think it's one of the best quests in the game. It's fucking insane. But
you want long-term, just not this long? I'm confused. I don't get it.
Well, 5 years instead of 6? You say 6 years, but it's probably going to be 7, literally.
So excited to find out what that is, but I'm down to wait another year if I have to, if the storytelling's actually good. Like, I don't know.
Makes everything feel off. It's not wrong to focus on mechanics.
And I feel like being a bit too serious about it. So I think I just enjoy it, but I don't know.
But even
I'd much rather that than us just find a letter in fucking the library of the Knights of Favonius that says, "Oh yeah, so my contract with the Saritsa was actually this. I left it here because I knew only you would find it, traveler."
Of course.
Like, I get it. I get being kind of annoyed by it, but Nordcry was not there to bridge every gap and every story in the game. Nordcry was never meant to be the finale where you find out the biggest plot points of the game. It was there to tie together all of the other plot points that they weren't
Nordcry was never, like, at the start, was never meant to be how it was, right?
time to do before Snezhnaya to make Snezhnaya make sense and make it fun, right? That's what I got from it.
Like,
And
we got introduced to Sedrone, we got more introduced to how the Fatui act with each other, so it's going to make Snezhnaya feel a lot more complete in that sense as well. Like, with, like, you know, the Fatui interacting, we got to learn more about, you know, Project Struja. Did we? I don't know.
Like, they did
I don't know, I don't remember
put
100%.
in a behind-the-scenes program with such philosophy. It's not wrong to focus on mechanics, but even put in a behind-the-scenes program with such philosophy, it feels like avoidance.
I really don't understand that part.
Or better said, ignorance.
That feels very ChatGPT-esque, but
Second
I don't
issue
know.
are
No issue with it, but
in their own messaging and loss of trust. This is just hilarious, to say the least.
no issue with it, but
In their own messaging and loss of trust.
Okay. I keep thinking about the, like, communication with the player base, but it's like, with, like, in terms of, like, quality of life, but this has nothing to do with that. It's sad.
This is just hilarious, to say the least. In the last stream, they stated the main purpose of sudden Luna version and postponing Snezhnaya for another year to close story gaps. And the result, they created more gaps and closed, like, this much.
I very much disagree. I mean, to be fair, Gold didn't even wait until Nordcry was over to say this, but there was still 2 whole patches left, but I very much disagree.
I mean...
True. I mean, literally, we got something to, like, yeah, and then we got, I don't know.
Crime gaps. Not a crime map wasn't fully released this year, and we will not getting any map expansions this version either.
Okay, but it's not finished. And we're getting the fucking moon! Like, can we... I feel like... Sorry, I don't want to get annoyed. I feel like this video is just a lack of patience, if I'm being very honest. It's a month old. It just feels like somebody who didn't really like Nordcry, but lacks patience, because they keep talking about the... And again...
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think about, freaking moon expansion. I'm still curious if there's gonna be a statue of the Seven on the moon. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing there's not. I'm guessing it's just gonna be unlocked fully immediately. But, I mean... It's like... It's like, don't read a long book if you're not going to finish, if you don't want to finish it, type thing. It's like, yeah, you pick up a book this thick, but you complain it's too long when you're halfway through it. Then why the fuck did you pick a book this thick? You know what I mean? It's like...
I'm not saying this to, like, shit on the person. They're
I don't
fully
know.
entitled to have their own opinions, but to put this off as, like, a... They said in the beginning, like, what was it? It's not blind hate. Maybe a little. It kind of just feels like it is. And maybe mine is just like blind enjoyment of the game because I very much am enjoying Nordcry in the way that they're doing things right now. I feel like they're taking very much...
And we're getting a voice story quest, which means hopefully if they... Okay, this is one step in a good direction, if they keep doing it, is having World Quest voiced. If they keep doing it, because I think I understand why this one is voiced, because Columbina is a part of it. Mostly. But if they keep doing it, even for, like, world quests like Jet's, like the Golden Slumber world quests and Narcissus and Coit's quest and stuff like that, if they can make quests like that, which don't have any playable characters in it, but are very important to lore and stuff, voiced, that is such a huge step forward for the game, I think. And it'd be cool if they could go back and voice those ones. I think that'd be cool. Since they already have a voice for Jet now and stuff like that, I think, and for her dad and everything, I think they could do that as well. Aranara don't have a voice. It's kind of funny that Aranara... I mean, they were part of the main story anyway in Sumeru, so...
Steps in the right direction.
We should have already known that.
Vast majority
I should have
of people
already known
play
that.
the game. But maybe I'm crazy for that. But, like, to go on about this and say, like, the Nordcry map wasn't even fully released this year when Nordcry's not over yet. And if you'd have just waited a few more weeks to get that live stream, you would have seen that we have the moon and we're learning about...
I think if you were to talk about a nation in its full, you should wait until either the last live stream or after you do the quests to talk about a nation of full. But I don't know if she's talking about this like in the fact that maybe every other nation we didn't get any more too much about it after like a certain number of patches. But Oh man, it's
Tech heading into Snezhnaya. Like, yes,
That's
you could say
wild.
that's opening up more things and not finishing any plot lines, but that's
like,
the
what the fuck is this? It's like, Jesus Christ.
point. It's the patch before Snezhnaya. It's like leading us into what we are supposed to expect. I feel like this is a non-issue personally.
Released this year.
And we're getting the Dances of Croy stuff in the event, I'm pretty sure, as well.
We will not getting any map expansions this version either.
And plus, there is technically still more to No Cry up here, but and then again, this place probably connects or expands with snezhnaya. Because snezhnaya is like somewhere down, like around that area, right?
Spots on that map. We only got Dormant Port, another 2 spots in Lua and
Only got Dorman Port. Only? Bro, we've been waiting for that for 5 years, bro!
Naru and also Natland were ignored, and this port isn't even about a port.
Mejavari, they said that they were going to continuously
they
expand
didn't.
upon in future versions, but they never specifically said that it was going to be a Nod Cry, to be fair. It was just an assumption, which I also assumed.
Yeah.
But, hey, can I be honest? I'm so glad we're getting the moon instead of fucking Mejavari. Deadass. So
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, we also got the Temple of Space.
Stat itself. It has some ruins that lead to another map, to the map of new story, of new expansion. From this
The Temple of Space, yes, had some things for new story, but it is very, very, very much continuing the very original story.
We learned a lot more about, like, I guess, just shades and stuff, right?
Which is about the ruler of fucking space. It's literally about Asmodee, and I mean, there's so much more I could say about that. It's very
And more
much
also learning about how the shades interacted as well a little bit. And we probably learned that she's actually is corrupted. We learned that that Asmodee's new master is actually the Abyss sibling. Pretty sure, right? That is 100% confirmed. And we also, I guess, suddenly learned that Asmodee is indeed corrupted, or something's wrong with her, because the blue cube in the center was made by her power. And why is that blue and then she's red? I don't know.
continuous.
Because it has the same eyes in it as well.
Yes, it also introduced new stuff. Listen, if every single quest in this game just closed every gap without introducing new things, it would have ended 4 years ago, bro.
is what a sane Dormant Port map would look like.
I'm actually very confused about what I'm seeing here. Horses? Is
Bo, the land is never meant... Why is she connecting the land... Why was the land... Okay. Yeah, expectations always differ from what you get, because expectations are what you think's going to happen. Reality is what actually happened. Obviously, it'll be different.
this a rage bait video, bro? Am I getting rage baited?
And
Maybe,
this Reddit
might be.
post pretty much sums
Temple of Space area is very good, but yeah, at this point it's clear as day Hoyo doubles and triples their resource spending on different minigames and rollercoaster tycoon mechanics every 5 seconds with extremely condensed or instant maps.
What do you mean, bro? I think it's the opposite. I think they spend 0 time on the minigames. They go, yeah, fuck it, I'll throw that out there, bro. What do you mean? But I think it's the opposite. They spend too little time on the minigames.
While Overworld of Teyvat gets little love. Having done this meme doodle, I'm officially cured of any remaining delusions, I guess.
Okay, this is your clown emoji. What is this?
We're getting the horses in Mond expansion and Varka patches. Trust.
Okay, so that is your expectations and what you think is going to happen. Did you look at leaks, perhaps?
They're working hard on the map expansion. Snezhnaya is going to be like Russia. Trust.
I mean, it fucking is.
They'll get rid of the holes and connect some of the map in Luna. Trust? I mean, maybe. Did they say that, or was that a community expectation? Can't go further than 3 clown faces, so today, make my peace with this. Jesus. Reddit post, so it was a community expectation. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. It's fair enough. But again, if the company didn't say it, bro, I don't take it for fucking gospel at this point. I've been through too many experiences where I'm like, surely this is what is meant by this, and I get it totally wrong, and then I'm disappointed, where it's like, it's self-inflicted disappointment.
Yeah. I mean, my expectation, like, the thing is, I think, like, for this, it's like the opposite for me with, like, Luna 8. Like, my expectations were, like, not low, per se, but it's like, I didn't expect this much stuff to actually happen. Like, I expected, Senjone, like, maybe, like, something to do with Senjone, and then like a summer quest, and that's it. I didn't expect to be going to the fucking moon, bro. Going on spaceships and shit.
Isolated map, but I feel like they get this all wrong. Overworld of Teyvat gets little love.
Like we also guaranteed 100% learn that like about the Venti statues and how they can connect to Celestia. We literally used one to connect to like somewhere like to like Asmodee's domain, which is I guess would be connected to Celestia in some way, right? It's similar to Celestia, so it's like I don't know.
We get extremely condensed or instanced maps. The Temple of Space is a permanent place. Whether it's in the overworld of Teyvat or not, does that really matter? It's pretty fucking huge as well, with a lot of puzzles and stuff, and it's beautiful. Does it really matter that you have to click F to enter it instead of just walk there?
And are they compared because, like, I feel like every other nation, we've, like, it's been, like, very big, and the Nordkrai is very small as well. It's like, I don't know.
Is that a big deal to people? I don't know. I fucking love the Temple of Space. Thought it was
one
of
of
the most
beautiful
beautiful world quests we have ever had. Ever. And one of the most beautiful areas. I thought it was great. Now, am I saying I wouldn't have also liked to see horses in Dorman Port, I guess? No? Sure? 2 cakes is better than 1, for sure, but I'm quite happy with my 1 cake, dude.
Up the disappointment. The map was done lazy. The expectations were not met.
The map was done lazy? Expectations were not met?
Bro, did you see the Fatui base? Oh my god, that's my favorite location in the game, bro. Like, my favorite location visibly, like, visually in the game is literally the Kavaki Design Bureau. That place, oh my god, I love the Fatui aesthetic so much. And that just increased it massively.
I think a lot of people have kind of been through the thing of like, even if you don't like something and be vocal about it, nothing's actually going to change. You know, it's kind of like the stages of grief, bro. I'm at the acceptance stage. I've been there since the start of Nordkrai. I'm just enjoying what we get, and I'm very fortunate that the things that we get are the things that I enjoy right now.
Yeah, which is story and
love it to
lore.
be better? Of course, bro. Am I going to fight tooth and nail so that it becomes exactly what I envisioned this game to be? No, I'm going to play other games at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
And I do that. I play so many other games now, and I'm so much happier just playing this game for what it is and enjoying it. Are people making Hoyo rich as balls? Hell yeah, brother, man. Hell yeah, they load it, bro. They build a nuclear goddamn reactor.
True.
But am I going to fight tooth and nail and sit there fucking going red in the face, getting angry, making my cortisol level spike, being like, oh my god, this billion-dollar company can't even give me a skip button.
Not lying, I was literally just about to mention the skip button. I'm like, I wonder how pissed she is. This person is right now, who's making the video. They tease the skip button like that. I was about to say that, but I was going to let him finish.
I tried, and it didn't change anything, bro. It didn't change anything, and nothing ever does change. So why would I waste my breath? Why would I waste my time? I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm like, who cares? Just I want to play the story. That's it, and get characters. So that's why I play the game every day, so I can get characters.
Enjoying it for what it is. That's all.
Like, at all. A good take from this comment. Genshin becomes an open world with sections, but in reality it's just flashy platformers of puzzles, not real places.
I mean, not real places.
Okay.
Remember how
what does that even
hype
mean?
was around Marijavari? Like, oh, don't worry, it's coming.
Okay, I think it would have been cool if you could... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say it'd be cool if you could go back here. I mean, we can kind of go back to Meridavari. We can meet the Bacanara and stuff like that. But it's like... I feel like that, by the way, that world quest should have been in the main quest. Yeah, I mean, I want to go back here too. I think it'd be cool, but it's like... I mean, I don't think we'll ever go back to this specific place because that's about Bennett and we've done that. But I think it'd be cool if you could have gone back here. You know, that would have been cool.
Story around it. Yeah, we set it up so hypey, so campy. Like, it surely will come out.
The story spaces were never
It did come out. Do they mean the extra Majavari stuff, I guess?
filled.
Yeah, and maybe they're also talking about how we can actually go there. We can't go to that specific place, which I do agree we should be able to.
We added more questions instead of resolving
Bro's off.
They resolved some stuff, but it's a grain of rice in a mountain of black dirt.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of the point, bro. You said at the beginning, people want long-term payoff. Let it be long-term. What do you want? Do you want them to introduce a character in frickin' 5.0 and then have them fucking...
But the patch that the Sarita gets introduced, which I'm guessing is going to be 7.2, is probably when the Sarita is going to become playable. You know how much shit we're probably going to get then? Like, but I mean, snezhnaya even even the 7.0 and 7.1 is going to be ridiculous lore-wise. But I feel like the amount of shit we're going to learn from the Sarita... Actually, she might even get her... I was going to say get a story quest. She might even get a story quest if they continue how they're doing it with No Cry, which I'm completely fine with. But it's like... I mean, I think the amount of lore, the amount of shit we're going to like learn and have things make sense is going to be crazy.
Dead and everybody around them have the funeral and everything in 5.1? Like... It feels like you just want short-term payoff, which is fine, but this game has been out for 6 years. If you're expecting them to change their philosophy and the way that they present this game within a year, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, and then at this point, just wait till part 1's finished and then complete the whole game in 1 or 2 years. You know what I mean? Do what I did with Honkai Impact. Well, I didn't wait for Honkai Impact, but it's like... Honkai Impact, I don't know, just wait for the game and then do it all in one go. I don't know.
It's just not going to fucking happen. I don't know how
watch a
people
lore
have
video.
played Genshin for 5 years and expect short-term payoff. Or expect Nordcry to wrap up every part of the story that they want. No, it's going to wrap up certain parts. We're going to learn more about things like the Hexen Circle, about the Abyss.
Oh my god, the Hexen Circle. Oh my god, I want to learn more about what Alice does, bro. Like, what I also want to learn is... Because I said this, I think it was in Nicole's Witch's Homework? Or Barbalos' Witch's Homework. No, not Barbalos' Witch's Homework. Lohan's Witch's Homework, we saw Barbalos. I still want to, learn about... Because obviously we know that hydromancy was affected with the true moon coming into the through the false firmament. But my question is... How did the Ermine Soul being burned and then Aru becoming the new Ermine Soul affect hydromancy as well? I think that'd be really cool to learn, but I don't think they'll ever touch on that actually. I think that'd be cool to learn. Obviously, I want to learn what Alice does at the world border as well. That'd be cool.
In general, the dragon's everything, bro.
Yeah, learning about Nibelung, bro. Holy shit, bro! I cannot, bro. I am expecting, which is probably really bad because of what this video was like implying, but I am expecting to get massive visualization on Nibelung. That'd be so cool. Like, obviously, we've got the artworks and stuff, like the rules and stuff, but actually getting like a cutscene with Nibelung in it, man, that'd be sick. Oh my god, bro! But if there's any time that we'll probably learn about that, it's probably going to be snezhnaya, probably.
What just happened?
We get to see learn more, and hope we get to learn more about the Heavenly Principles, Celestia, the Shades. I was going to say the Moon Sisters, but we don't really learn about that.
But in my opinion, we haven't had a single filler patch in Nordcry.
Yeah, well, we haven't.
I don't know what 6.4 was. If it was just Varka Quest, let's just say that was the most filler we got. It was nowhere near as bad as previous filler, bro.
But it's a great
4.5. I think it was 4.5.
rice in a mountain of black dirt. A year ago, they also showed an insane amount of new Nordcry fractions.
Indeed.
And barely developed them in Lunaverse.
I mean, we've got snezhnaya.
Were they developed in the Lunaverse?
Fatui, massive part. Lightkeepers, massive part. Frostbeard Scions, massive part. The Wild Hunt, massive part. Hexen Circle. We got the literally technically C3 members of them if you count the animation. The Knights of Avonius, Varka stuff, Snowland Fae, snezhnaya stuff, Adventurers Guild will also be snezhnaya stuff. Treasure Hoarders, yeah, we didn't really get to learn. I mean, no, whoa, no, we got friggin' Reed Miller stuff. Even if I haven't completed it, we got Reed Miller stuff. The Clink Clank Craft Shop, they did that. The Voynich Guild, I think we got shown a bit of that. We got shown a little bit of everything except for Snowland Fae. I don't know, at least. I don't know what this is talking about. And I guess maybe Adventurers Guild. But then, we got Linnea, so I don't know.
Versions. I would say yes. I would say mildly in comparison to others, but yes. Especially because... I would say mildly in comparison to others, but yes. Especially because we learnt about Columbina, Dottore, and Sandrone now, and we're probably going to learn more about Sandrone and her...
Oh my god! Yeah, and literally Arlecchino with the fucking Blood Moon, learning about her... Literally learn about Arlecchino's fucking heritage, about she came from the Crimson Moon thing, and she got the freaking... the Crimson Moon in her marrow.
With the Fatui in this next patch. We learn quite a lot about...
And literally with the Fatui, snezhnaya is all about the Fatui. I'm getting rage baited, to be honest. Holy
Lightkeepers and
fuck,
all
I'm getting
fairness,
pissed.
I think they expanded on the Lightkeepers quite a goddamn lot. Same as the Frost Moon Scions. Very
I mean, I
much
was talking about how they're like in the quest, I guess. Well.
so. Very much so.
Yeah.
The Wild Hunt, yes, indeed. Very early
For
on, we
real?
learned a shit ton about the Wild Hunt and what they were capable of, what they could do, especially with transforming.
And I love also with No Cry how they weren't spoiling the story. Like, bro, in the Luna 1 thing, we didn't know anything about Raria, and then like they didn't show Raria, but they showed something, but it's like we didn't know, so it was like spoilers of that context, I guess. So it's not, I don't know. But it's like we didn't know Raria was going to be a part of this quest, a part of Luna 1 until you did it. And the only reason they showed him in Luna 2 was because we already knew he was there. Same with Luna 3 and 4. Luna 3, they didn't show Dottore in the cutscenes, like in the trailer or in the splash art for the or the special art for the patch. But they showed him at the very end. And then Luna 4, they had him in the splash art because, well, we already knew he was there. I think they did a really good job with not spoiling as well. Where did that come from? I don't know.
Shapeshifting, basically. The Hexen Circle, I would
Sure, you
argue
became Flynn's.
the Hexen Circle is the faction that we learned the most information about that I expected the least about, personally. Oh yeah, Arlecchino with the Mumara as well for the Fatui tree.
Yeah.
That's fair. The Voynich Guild, probably not too much in all fairness, yeah. I think maybe, unless I'm crazy here, I might have not done a world quest for this, to be honest, but I don't think so. I think the Voynich Guild, we didn't really learn too much about.
I guess you did,
right?
like, there was like that intel quest.
The Knights of Favonius we learn a lot about, my goodness, especially with Varka's quest and
Oh,
Lilith.
yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, and the most recent quest with, like, Ursula the Drake and shit.
Quest, Jesus Christ. Snowland Fae, I feel like the Snowland Fae are actually going to be developed on more so in Snezhnaya,
Yeah.
but we did learn quite a bit about them in Linnea's quest.
Oh my god, I just realized Pantalone was fucking introduced in freaking the No Cry patches.
To be honest. Treasure Hoarders, yes, the Reed Miller stuff, and there was a lot of information
Yeah.
about Treasure Hoarders scattered around in different world quests, to be honest, which I thought was really cool. The Voynich Guild, for me personally, is the only one that I'm like, yeah, we could have learned more about that. The Adventurers Guild have their headquarters in Snezhnaya, so
Yeah.
it's fully understandable for us to get more information about those in Snezhnaya. The Snowland Fae are probably...
Like, when you actually look at, like, all the factions and what we actually learned, we did learn quite a bit about everything.
Snezhnaya as well. We actually saw the image for the Snowland Fae. I think we'll probably discover those in Snezhnaya.
Oh, is that the Stolen Fae? Actually, I can see that. But those designs are fucking amazing. I mean, I talked about it for like 10 minutes in in the Cat with Blue Hat video, but fucking amazing.
As well. I
Holy moly.
genuinely feel like we learned enough about the majority of the factions. If you actually pay attention, feel free to call me out if you think I'm actually being like disingenuous here. I would love you to.
No,
Like
I mean,
said,
I
the one
agree.
thing I learned from my
I
stint of, like,
agreed before I played the video.
constantly shitting on stuff and losing all joy that I had for what I really do enjoy was the ability to have open and honest discussions about things that are actually not that good for the game. I'm still gonna tell y'all if I don't like something. As a prime example here, I was very honest, especially about Ino. Not the Hydro Claymore stuff. Let me just get that straight.
I'm going. That's where I thought he was going.
I think Ino's fucking great in the game as well now, by the way. I was wrong.
True.
I'm happy to say I was wrong. Because
She's
not quite
cute.
we didn't get a new Traveler.
She's great.
I still think it would have been a
I would love if she becomes part of the little Hetson Circle. There needs to be a character anecdote with the little Hetson Circle recruiting Ino. There needs to be.
the way. I was wrong. I'm happy to say I was wrong. Because not quite we didn't get a new Traveler, I still think it would have been a fucking amazing idea for Hoyo to make it so Ino could trigger the Hydro-related Moonwheel stuff. And I stand by that to this day. I think that was the biggest flop that they had during the entirety of Not.
Oh, yeah, that makes
With
sense.
us going to Snezhnaya, you remember me saying in the live...
And because she has a moon wheel, right? I'm pretty sure she does.
How I feel about this new reaction system is going to entirely depend on if the Traveler can utilize it. We saw that they can. A 4-star that can do lunar reaction. Well, yes, because otherwise you are forced to pull for characters.
I mean, obviously we got a Luger, but we got him a little bit later on, so it's like you couldn't use it straight up.
Usually, the Traveler can do all of this fancy stuff. For the lunar reactions, the Traveler could not. You were forced...
Or it's the 4-star, or it's a free 4-star you get literally when you're doing the quest. For Sumeru, for Sumeru, we got Kole for Dendro being introduced for free. Fontaine, we got Lynette for Numa Usia, or just Usia? But still. Natland, we got Kachina for the Night Soul stuff. So I don't know. And then obviously No Cry should have been Ino, because she has a moon wheel, but she couldn't do it. Technically, also we got a Luger at one point, but that I don't count that because that was not in point .0.
Pull for characters to do the new gimmick of the region. Previously, you got characters like Kachina that could do it for Natlan.
Oh, okay.
You always got characters that could do. You got Free Colle, for example, for
Okay.
Dendro.
Okay, god damn it. I didn't have to say any of that.
Do that for Nordcry, and I still feel like that was a fucked up thing. I do. I feel like that was bad. I'm very open to having honest discussions about what's good and what's bad,
I agree with
and what's
that.
healthy and what's unhealthy
Makes
for the
sense.
game. This, I feel like, is perfectly fine. If I can...
Just pay money, idiot, loser. What are you, poor?
I think
Alright.
it's perfectly fine.
New not
Let's
quite
continue.
sections, and barely developed them in Luna version. Now, a year later, they are saying they will unveil more in the upcoming version. What were you doing this whole year?
Just the things that you didn't like, apparently. Because you
Dating.
did plenty.
Yeah. Hey, putting the attention to detail in the quest.
Yep.
Yours is a little more sour than mine.
Yeah, I got to admit, bro, I thought that
That
was
was
cringe as hell when I played through it, to be honest. I did.
They create new expansions again and again.
But if you say that's all they did, you're... I won't be too aggressive and mean with it. You are completely misrepresenting everything to do with No Cry, but sure.
without narrative payoff. Now they
I very much disagree, but let's continue.
introduce phase, Hyperborea, more ancient lore layers, but existing threads are still unresolved, and even if
Give me some examples of the existing threats that are still unresolved, though. That's what I want to hear, because I've heard a lot of...
There's no examples, which is like, I feel like, it's like, I think you see this a lot, which is like, no, discussing problems with no, like, ways to solve them, no saying things you don't like, but don't give examples of why.
the stuff that they're adding, but so much stuff has been resolved. Like the whole Dottore thing, the Irminsul thing, yes, it opens up more plot holes, but so much stuff has been resolved. The whole Maria stuff,
Like
the
Fate,
Abyss,
so-
the Wild Hunt, the stuff with our sibling as well, with the Loom of Fate. First of all, in Natlan, to be fair, but then in this quest, it's still.
That was fucking Maria. That was Maria. By the way, I do understand why this wasn't a Dane quest, by the way. It's because Dane's Leaf was a part of the fucking main quest. So, I mean, I do understand why there wasn't a Dane quest. And we got to learn a lot about Dane's Leaf as well, by the way. I think we learned the more about Dane's Leaf in freaking Node Cry than any other patch, all the other patches combined. Like, holy crap, we got to learn more about him, like, Venofanir, like, his brother, like, his interactions with, like, Maria, like, how they're friends, like, bro, it's insane, you know? I do understand why there wasn't a Dane's Leaf dedicated quest.
Baffles me that our sibling, quote unquote, was in the Orcon quest and not just the Dane quest, dude. We learned quite a lot about them then. We started and ended the Moon Saga basically in this one. There's so much.
they do, they make it flat.
Okay, so when I'm pausing it, I noticed that I definitely understand how Bran made his video go for so long, but I'm 20 minutes into Bran's video, and I've gone for 52 minutes. Bro, this video is actually pissing me off, huh? I don't think I should have made this a reaction. This is such a bad choice. This is such a bad video to choose to react to, bro. I'm gonna spend my whole life here.
And under
In this one. There's so much.
they do, they make it
Then ended the Moon Saga basically in this one. There's so much.
they do, they make it flat. And
Yeah, we're going to the moon.
underwhelming. And a result,
That's a personal thing, to be fair. You can think that. That's fine.
current Genshin story state is stalling instead of progressing. And the best one, in the beginning they said they actively...
I mean, if you're saying the reason why I was stalling is because they were meant to explain and everything that has technically already been told, but make it make more sense, then I guess, yeah.
modern trends
Huh?
and evolve with them. Like, they check what's popular on the market and implement it. In the end, they say they don't want to follow fleeting trends. How can any sane person still have trust in their roadmap at this point?
What?
Well, number one, that actually makes a lot of sense. To look at existing trends and follow them, and then in the next breath say we don't want to follow them. I feel like that is a very common thing, especially in content creation. A lot of people do that, right? They'll look at what's like going crazy right now, and then they'll twist it to their own thing. They call it the yoink and twist method. For example, me with the laugh you lose.
I mean, yeah, people look at trends because, well, content creation is, in the end, if you're making money, a job, and they want to earn money, which means obviously they're going to do what's popular at the time. Like the thing with the Chameleon game, the Matcha Chameleon. Like everyone's playing that because it's one, it's fun. It's fun to watch. Like holy cow, I'm having fun watching it. But two, because it's so popular right now, so you're getting a lot of views. It's like, yeah, people chase trends because it gets like it's popularity wise, right?
Laffy Loose was doing really popular on other things, and I took it to Genshin, and then a couple of other people started doing it. It was really fun. I totally get it as developers. If you look at other games, see what they're doing good, and think, how can we do that differently, but like still kind of do it?
Yeah, but
that.
keep
Maybe
it.
That's not what
have
she's
it so it's
saying.
our identity. Have it so it's like our identity involved with it. It's kind of like them with like I guess that's the thing with like the whole Zelda, Breath of the Wild stuff, right? Like Genshin is its own thing now. Yes, they took a lot of things. They even, I'm pretty sure, admitted, by the way, that yeah, we took inspiration from these games. But then they made it their own, and they made their own story. And it's like, you know.
Now, I'll be honest, I did expect them to start doing things a bit differently in Nordcry. The one thing that I think they did great, by the way, first and foremost, was implementing the story quest into the main quest. I think most of that was done really well. There was, like, Neffa's wasn't that great, but the others were really, really good. However, I did expect them to do a couple more things.
But I'm not gonna lie, because I watched Brandon Light's reactions after I do mine, after I do it. Bro, when I was getting up to Neffa's part, I'm like, oh, I want to skip past this so bad. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I would like to watch it full. But I'm like, bro, I kind of want to skip. I'm not gonna lie, I want to skip. Oh, jeez, I didn't. But, yeah.
I don't really know what, but they did say in the No Cry preview that they looked at like Final Fantasy and saw that like, you know, quests would start naturally and it'd feel like an open world and people would just talk and stuff, and nothing really changed on that front. To be fair, it still feels like Genshin and everything starts.
Are they talking about like anecdotes? Because that wasn't introduced. No, that was what? No. What? Anecdotes introduced in No Cry? I don't remember.
It's like Genshin. You still start a quest when fucking running up a mountain 10 miles away and it fades to the black screen and then you die and you hear,
And I go,
you want to go fetch that banana for me, bro? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Who
I don't
says
want to
that?
beat a dead horse at this point, but yeah, I would very much like to just go and click my quest to start.
True.
Is a loss
Naturally.
of identity. I'd say that.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this.
Oh, okay. I said this at the
Let's
beginning, I
discuss
think.
at
I think I
length,
talked
shall
about
we?
this.
Also, why are they mentioning titles that are so far from their genre? Like Death Stranding, Final Fantasy.
What?
When
Call me crazy. I don't think Final Fantasy is that far at all. Death Stranding.
I mean, what I know about Final Fantasy, which is very, very little. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I feel like they're quite similar. And plus, because you can get inspired by other stories? Like, what?
Stranding, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is pretty far, but there's a lot of
Yeah,
similarities
you could still get inspired. I mean,
as well in certain extents. But Final Fantasy? I don't think it's that far, bro.
why not Zelda or Elden Ring?
they did! Elden Ring? Bro, they came out the same year! Huh? Zelda, the open world was designed after that. I'm pretty sure they mentioned. Okay, this is rage bait. There's no way. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned that they took the. Oh, they. I'm pretty sure it was actually mentioned. They said, or it was like in like a Chinese letter or something, that they took the inspiration for the open world from Zelda.
I don't know.
Didn't they?
Fucking for real. Why Elden Ring?
Yeah, they came out the same
Don't
year.
make me laugh, motherfucker. This is gotta be a rage bait video. If it is, they're
Yeah.
doing a great job, by the
Same.
way. Dead ass.
Bro, I got bro, that was the most pissed I got. Holy fuck.
Even Red Dead Redemption 2. God, they mentioned so many iconic titles and how much they learned from them, but they forgot to learn what makes.
Okay, you know what I want to do? Just go to this video and check the comments just to see if it's rage bait. Because if it's rage bait, if it's rage bait, I'm not going to continue this reaction.
And me to step aside.
Oh, okay.
Story, because it's now rushed. No actual emotion Genshin once was.
Your journey
Wow, this isn't rage bait. Holy fuck, this is not rage bait. Or not rage bait, she's not doing this on purpose.
title iconic and why it's important to conclude stories.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
But it's not finished. You're acting like that was the final Genshin patch, bro.
Developers don't understand.
Yes, if this was the if Nordcry was the final region of the game, we would be annoyed. Yes, because there's still so much to learn.
Identity themselves, and it shows in how they handle their time.
I disagree. I actually think a lot of players don't understand Genshin's identity. They think it is this all-encompassing medieval action game.
No.
Real. Originally, Genshin succeeded by.
I guess if you're at, first off, yeah. First off, that would be in your impression, but now it's like kind of what?
With Zelda-like exploration.
I agree.
Gotcha and fun elemental gameplay system. All of it was polished by cartoonish yet unique visuals and emotional driven narrative. Now it sounds like they are trying to become everything at once.
I will touch on this briefly, because I think she actually kind of has a point here. I feel like Genshin does try to become the everything game.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, they try to become like Roblox with the Mini Astro Wonderland as well.
Because they've added Millie Astro where you can literally do everything. Their minigame events are...
Oh yeah, you can just do everything.
Even the good ones that people really enjoy, they always evolve on and change it. Sometimes for the worst, to be honest. Look at
most times.
Fucking Theater Mechanicus. We had the space theme from the very beginning. We had every region. Yeah, they are trying to do everything. Now, they succeed in a lot of this. Sometimes they don't. The minigames, for example, is something that I have...
But I mean, some things have stuck from the very beginning, like the Venti statue having the stuff written on it, talking about Gateway to Celestia. Like, there was always this supernatural thing that was, like, gonna happen. You know, we always knew that.
Never been a fan of. I think there are positives and negatives for trying to become the everything at once game, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, it's more, if you're trying to be everything, you won't be good at everything type thing, right? If you're trying to do everything, you'll never be the best at anything, right?
However, I think a lot of people seem to think that trying to become the everything at once game affects every aspect of the game. For example, a lot of people tend to think that Millie Astro Wonderland's addition and constant, like, evolution is taken away from the story aspect of the game. And I hate to be the one to break this to people, but the people that are working on Millie Astro, making it so that...
Have you seen Nordcry?
Players can code their own things and stuff, are not the same people that are writing the fucking story and implementing the story or even making the...
Yeah, they would have hired all new people. Obviously, there'd be a little bit of crossover, but, I mean, has that impacted the story at all? Nope.
Assets for the story. It's an entirely different team, brother, man. Same game, same community, different team. It's like going to an ice cream shop and complaining that the cow is giving wrong milk.
What?
What
is that analogy?
Then tell me the reason why no quality of life. There is a lot of quality of life that this game could benefit from.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, they haven't mentioned any quality of life. I think there have been some things that when you're playing, you're like, oh, that's a thing now. Oh, that's nice. I forget what it is sometimes, but sometimes I do stuff going, huh, that changed for the better. That's cool. But they haven't mentioned any quality of life. Luna 8 is the first patch in a while that they've actually mentioned quality of life in the live stream, and it was a freaking bait pretty much. But it's like, one, I don't give a fuck about quality of life. I'll be honest. That is the thing I'm least interested in and care about the least. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Sorry, I don't. And it's just, I don't know. And I feel like before then, they were adding some. It's just, some of it is like, what's any point in doing that?
Have not done, and I can't tell you why. But I'm not telling you that this game doesn't have quality of life. Now, what you seem to think, and what a lot of people seem to think, is because that section of the live stream has changed at the end from 5 minutes of quality of life to 5 minutes of Millie Astro Wonderland, you seem to think that the game's just not implementing quality of life, where... if we're being honest with each other, the quality of life in Genshin has kind of always been shit. They don't need a 5-minute section. They just add it. They do a Hoya Lab post instead, because they don't need to take up that live stream time. They're far more interested in selling you more stuff for Millie Astro than they are for telling you the mediocre quality of life that the community's never happy with anyway. I have been a massive advocate for a skip button forever now. Not because I hate the story or because I want to skip myself, but for the people that have already played the game and they want to make ults on a different server, or they just want to play through the game again for different reasons. It's fantastic. I don't think there is a single downside for the player base for adding a skip button. That's my opinion.
Now it sounds like they are trying to become everything at once. They literally say they follow the latest game trends to keep Genshin fresh and interesting. But it's just weird, no? People play Genshin to play Genshin, not to play something that's popular on the market. It means that Genshin has no idea or basement behind it.
I hope Genshin doesn't have a basement behind it. So this is just, again, someone who doesn't like Millie Astra, which is fine. It's fine if you don't like Millie Astra, but let's not pretend it's taking quality away from the rest of the game when it is a totally different team, bro.
I mean,
It's
I haven't
not.
entered it
Show me
since
some evidence,
it came
because
out.
everybody that says this never is able to provide any semblance of evidence. Ever. I just don't think that's the
I
case.
guess they literally stole this mini game from some indie developer, which is crazy.
I mean, GeoGuessr game existed before, but the visuals, animations, and overall UI design is suspiciously familiar.
I mean, yeah, okay, but that's not permanent, let's be real. I mean, you're talking about something that's not permanent, so it's like, I don't know.
Oh, this was the Mika one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I never did this. I never
Oh.
did it. It was the Genshin event. Okay. And then this is an
Interesting.
indie game that was made clearly before this with a very similar looking map. By the
Oh,
way. Very
it wasn't even released. Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize it wasn't even released. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, that isn't great. Yeah, that isn't great. But I mean, it's not as bad. I feel like it's not permanent, but that isn't great that the game didn't even release at the time. That's crazy.
Well, looking map. I agree. I'm not going to blow smoke up someone's ass and say they're lying about something that's clearly, obviously, pretty accurate, right? That is basically the same fucking event. I low-key disagree since GeoGuessr existed. It's very different to GeoGuessr, though.
Yeah,
it's
the
a
concept.
very similar map. You put a pin on the map, and then it goes straight from that to the same, like, camera angle. I can understand that this is very, very similar. Do I think they straight up copied it? Personally, no. But I mean, this event's going to be gone in, like, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not permanent, so it's like doesn't matter. It's like a demo for that game. You know, it's like a demo for that game.
I'm still not saying it's a good thing, by the way. I'm just trying to give like a silver lining here for the indie devs, because I do feel like it's scummy if somebody does straight up copy their game. Yeah, it does look very similar. It does.
GeoGuessr game existed
Looks
before,
very
but
similar.
the visuals, animations, and overall UI design is suspiciously familiar.
I don't feel like the UI design. I don't know.
They
Maybe.
created their main gameplay system, which became something people loved Genshin for, like movement throughout the map and elemental stuff. Why not exploring it deeper? No, they continuously add a bunch of unrelated minigames and events and on-map exploration.
They've added plenty of things to expand upon the combat. The elemental reaction system. They've added a whole new element. They've added so many things that change the element.
I feel like Luna's cool. I mean, but Luna is just more damage. I think she means like more mechanical wise. There's not too much they've added except for just more damage.
Reaction systems like
Right.
the Stella stuff, the Luna stuff, everything that's already.
Stella's going to be interesting because Stella is going to be, I think, heavily like mechanics and stuff, because like you can change the environment in snezhnaya with Stella. So.
Game. Are you supposed to like it all? No. I really didn't like a lot of it. I'm learning to like it now, to be honest, now that I'm building more characters. This is what I always say. A lot of people will always argue Genshin never do this. That's not true. They just don't add the quality of life that you like. Genshin has no content right now. No, it does. It just doesn't have content that you want to do. Which is two very different things, but you can be pissed off. If there's a minigame that you hate and you're like, Genshin never had minigames anymore. They do. They're just not minigames that you like. I'm not going to
There's actually something out now that I need to do for Primos.
say Genshin never had minigames. I am going to sit here and say, I don't really like the minigames in Genshin, so I'm just not going to do them. I'll just play a different game if I want to play minigames. Yeah. I'll play Super Mario Party, bro, with my friends.
True.
Like, all two of them. My parents' friends.
Oh god.
That's what I'm like.
No, they continuously
No, okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
add a bunch of unrelated
Oh, no.
games and events and on-map exploration that isn't using the main gameplay tricks. Just why?
They created a gimmick, aka elemental system. Having a gimmick in your
You know what everybody's been asking for years, or a lot of people? A fucking parry system. That's not part of the main gameplay. Every time there's a parry event, everyone's like, this should be in the main game, bro. Give me a character that can actually do this proper good parry instead of just like Beto or something. You got people on both sides of the fence here, bro. Some people are like, yeah, stick to your main gimmick, bro. Some people are like, yeah, give us new stuff.
gameplay is something
I did
that
figure out, by the way, that obviously there was timing. I didn't realize there was actual timing involved with that event. Until, like, after the first one.
enjoyable, and
Yep.
it's why people want come for more.
What's changed in the exploration since the game came out that's made it worse, though? I feel like exploration's only realistically got better, right? For some reason,
I was gonna say
think
the
they did
same.
a worse job overall. I genuinely think
I guess you got some of these, like, some easier ways to travel around, I guess. I don't know, like, you got the Samaria stuff with the thing you can teleport, go vroom.
the exploration itself in Natlan wasn't that good. My two favorite places were Dragonspine and Inazuma, bro. Deadass, because I love the puzzles in Inazuma, and I love the danger of Dragonspine. I'm being so for real. And I love the complexity of the inside desert puzzles in Sumeru.
More. This is the basement of your gameplay, the basement of the
Nice.
experience that players have. And developers never developed it deeper. Like, we can light up campfires to cook or light up elemental monuments. Some puzzles require elemental power sometimes, but overall, at least now, it's all about turn into this thing or use this
Sure, I mean, you haven't seen one of those puzzles in a while.
magical power instead.
When they talked about
I think making the puzzles more element focused again would be a good thing. Instead of interact with this thing to do this thing. That's what I thought about Sumeru puzzles as well, to be honest. Like the puzzles where you had to interact with the green thing and then shoot the thing and it'd go to it. Yeah, no, I agree. Bad idea, because then it's annoying to have to switch characters all the time. I personally liked to have a team
Sometimes.
that was specifically a puzzle-solving team. Because there's easy ways to do it now, bro. You just press the team button, you can hit left or right, and you've got so many team presets. It makes it so much better. I feel like Sumeru, Natlan, and honestly, kind of Nordcry as well. But I'd have to do more exploration on Nordcry to give my actual thoughts and feelings on that. Have worse puzzles than the rest of the
I guess it also, like, what's the moon gonna give, bro?
regions, though. That's just my personal thing as well.
I would guess with, No Cry, you got that, mirror thing. That alternate dimension thing, we have to, like, solve something. They have that. I know there was some in the Frostmoon Silence region.
Turn into this thing or use this magical power instead.
when they talked about cryo element, I felt like this basically. They explored the idea of cryo, and
I mean, they said there's gonna be actual mechanical things to do with that. snezhnaya, right?
well, they came to the idea that it preserves. Hello, Geo. Like in
I like the art, but where does the idea that Geo preserves come from necessarily? I mean, if anything, the Goddess of Salt.
it's hard to come up with new and
I mean, yeah,
exciting stuff.
that's
when
what
the game
ice,
is
bro. That's what ice does. Ice, cryo, cold, it preserves. What do you think? You throw things in a freezer? What's a freezer for, man? and not for to preserve things for longer.
running with new content for so long. Like, it's a live service game. And to be honest, for a live service game, they produced so little content.
I have to call this what it is, which is just absolute bullshit. Bro, we get patches every 6 weeks with new stuff for everyone, pretty much. Most of the time.
Because I remember, like, your Brad was like so. Like, I remember Brad talking about how he was so surprised that people were complaining that had to wait 6 weeks because he came from a game that you had to wait like 6 months to a year for something to come out. I do remember him talking about that.
Story every time new characters, sometimes a new map expansion.
That's crazy. Even me, I mean, the only live service game I played before Genshin was Fortnite. It's like, I mean, and then my favorite game was City Skylines. You know, so it's like technically this is like a first for me, and I'm fine waiting 6 weeks. I'm literally fine because it gets me because then I get to do you know, and then also it's like play other Hoyoverse games. You know, I play ZZZ stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
More work. Big events, small events, yeah. Leyline Overflow, which is always helpful for players as well, to be fair. Now, I'm very curious about this. Dry patches in between. This is 6.5, by the way. So they're saying 6.1, 2, 3, 4 with dry patches.
This was 6.5, mate. No, it wasn't. Was it? Really? Was it 6. Oh, I guess 6.5. Okay, yeah, because 6.6 was the Sumeru stuff. Okay.
Quest for several versions. Are we playing the same game? This has to be
Like
a
you got
rage bait video.
Luna 1 was Act 1, Act 2. Luna 2 was Act 3, Act 4. Luna 3 was Act 5, Act 6. Luna 4 was Act 7 and 8. Bro, we got 8 acts in 4 patches. That's the most we've ever gotten ever. Ever. This is the most... This... Like, No Cry had the most amount of story ever for a region. So they're talking about one patch. Because this is bullshit. No map. Having no expansion does not equal filler. Filler, I would say, is 4.5. Or whenever Chiori came out. That was filler. That was Chiori story quest, and that was it. I would say that was filler. But I feel like we haven't had a proper filler, for a while. For ages. Over a year. Well over a year. Like, okay, yeah, wow. So 6.0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 had buttloads of quests, like insane. There's so much, and then one patch doesn't have anything. It's like, okay, now or no quite shit.
I feel like I'm getting rage baited. Linnea
The
had
thing is, I skipped to the end of the quest and there was nothing.
the temple pat.
Yeah, true.
I'm classifying that personally as main quest, bro. I'm sorry. Again, it's a personal thing. For people that don't want to do world quest, it is what it is, bro. But that was very main quest for me. That was better than most of the main quests. Point 0, point 3, and point 5 and point 7 had maps. So point 1, point 2, point 4, and point 6 didn't have maps. So it's about half, right? Am I crazy? Wait, is that...
And plus, that's usually just normal, isn't it?
not normal? Did we actually get more in previous nations? It's fine to say...
I guess other nations were bigger. I don't know.
Disappointed with the maps, but it's not like there isn't one. Like this says, no map for several versions. Yes, but that's the same as it's always been. I'm not saying Nod Cryo was like pulled out of thin air or anything, but it was never supposed to be released as its own standalone thing in between Natlan
Bleeding.
and Snezhnaya. It was always supposed to be a part of Snezhnaya, right? I just have a feeling that the exploration was an afterthought in comparison to the story stuff in Nod Cry, which I'm okay with because that's my personal enjoyment as well. The story stuff in Nod. I just have a feeling that the exploration was an afterthought in comparison to the story stuff in Nod Cry, which I'm okay with because
Yeah,
that's
I
my
guess I don't
personal
care.
enjoyment as well. But we'll see.
I don't care.
Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe
Too much. I don't care as
Snezhnaya will
much.
also have a lack of large maps and a lack of good exploration.
But I'm so. Oh yeah, we've got to learn what happened to him, to Polonia in the event, which I'm very excited to see what happened. But I am thinking of doing the Moon Quest first, by the way. I was saying I was going to do the event first, but I think I'll just do the Moon Quest first. Fuck now, I just want to do that shit.
features and stuff, but I do have a feeling it's going to be fucking huge, though. We'll see.
in such a long amount of time. But there is truth to the statement that it's hard to produce new exciting stuff when the game is so old. However, they never really expanded what they already had. For example, they literally have an Omni element that exists
Don't.
I mean, that probably.
in the game. And
I mean, that could become a thing in the future. You know, I mean, that's the combination of every element, and the Traveler doesn't even have that, so I don't know what she's talking about.
they had an amazing opportunity to bring it in.
The amazing opportunity is when all of the Gnosis have been gotten and the Traveler gets all of their powers.
Yeah,
by
I'm
the
like,
way.
literally, the Traveler hasn't even got to the Cryo element yet, bro. That's like he can't even do that even if he wanted to.
Like,
With the new mechanics, with 100th character, who was so fitting to wield the new element. Like, yeah, Skirk. And
the one that doesn't wield any of the elements would have been the best to wield all of the elements. You're fucking high. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Oh my fucking god.
when it comes to Cryo,
What?
one of
Yeah, Skirk's ability is the Abyss, isn't it? Like, Skirk uses the Abyss to, like, replicate Cryo, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, Skirk's power comes from the Abyss, doesn't it? Am I
the
crazy?
weakest and saddest elements
She doesn't even use it.
in the game. There are tons of ways to fix that.
Yeah,
And the excuse
she's literally playing pretend, so she can fit in.
for Skirk to have Cryo, well,
Call it respecting local norms.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're an alien, you don't want to be noticed. You don't want to be out the ordinary because she doesn't want to become a part of this world. She doesn't want to have any interest in this world. She's just, yeah. I
And
don't
in
know.
direct conflict.
I actually kind of understand what she means, I think. Oh my god. Is she basically saying that it would have been better for Skirk to use all of the elements, pretend to use all of the elements instead of Cryo? Because that wouldn't exactly blend in with local norms now, would it, when nobody else on Teyvat can do that?
With
Except
will
for the
and
Traveler,
persuasion.
who's an alien. And everyone's like, oh my god, Traveler!
Traveler,
So, to
maybe.
make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it
Yeah, she
appear
wants to
Cryo-like
hide.
in nature.
instead of developing Cryo, it's not just a placeholder for something.
Instead of developing Cryo, does she realize Cryo has existed since 1.0? Kaya? Eula in 1.5? Okay, I'm so confused.
More interesting. For some
Oh, that's not even what they were saying. Oh my.
yet again ancient power that only unique traveler can wield. Also, Snezhnaya reminds
Bro,
them
just
that
quit the fucking game. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say this. Quit the fucking game. Holy fuck.
which is wow. Honestly,
Please
I
quit.
have no comment here. Like, fairy tale winter Slavic nation reminds them of Soviet-like post
This girl should watch Frozen, bro. Let it go!
apocalyptic land. I thought that it was more of a snow.
I'm guessing that Sarita thing was fan made, right? wasn't leaks.
And
I'm pretty sure I've actually seen that before.
was the tone of voice the game itself stated. It's not my personal objective expectation, okay? This post-apocalyptic mechanical vibe was not here, let's be honest. Like, it came out of nowhere. The next issue is they have no sane sense in delivery.
Okay, what is it? Oh, actually?
Brought the delivery.
First of all,
But I want to know more about Lawota, bro. Give me Lawota, give me Otto. There's a connection since they literally in Lawota's quest showed a scene freaking literally from Honkai Impact with Otto. But we never got that, and that makes me sad. I do, by the way, I do like Walt's old VA more. I mean, for every character, I like the old VAs more. Except for Paimon.
they have zero sense of creating hyper anticipation. Also, they say that open world genre is
Whoa, what you say? I mean, I am a hype for the new patch. That's what trailers are for. Anyway, and that's what the special programs are for. I am a hype for snezhnaya. Carry on.
What? It's actually the contrary, no?
I think it can go both ways. It depends on what they're talking about. Limiting in terms of what? It is limiting in terms of a lot of things. It's limiting to graphical fidelity, for example, and keeping the size of the game small. It's much easier to do that with instance-based, like HSR. It's also limiting in terms of how...
Okay, I don't think. I mean, I like it says it's easier when HSR is fucking huge. I don't know, actually, HSR patch. I mean, how big is HSR now? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the patch is now smaller, but I'm pretty sure it's still quite a big game. Yeah, I mean, Genshin is like 110 gigabytes now on PC. Wild.
flashy and long you can make character animations in an open world game like this.
I mean, and plus they're upgrading the quality of the characters. I mean, not cry.
Because you don't want it to take too much time, or long you can make character animations in an open world game like this because you don't want it to take too much time, or again, too much resources, for example, right? Like in HSR, you don't need that. It depends on what the...
Yeah, like you see fucking Fainen's ult. Fainen's ult was... I remember that. I was like, what is this shit? It was insane.
Context to that statement is...
Oh, like having an open world game is a great excuse to do...
Who was the other one that had insane ult? Probably like Sarini, probably. I don't remember. There was someone after Fainen that was like, this is ridiculous as well. I think it was Sarini, I think.
Whatever the hell you want with your game. Also, they made a lot of so nonsensible takes. It would take hours to comment on each one. This one is especially stupid.
Okay.
People have zero sense of logic.
I'm on the verge of rage bait or serious. Just taking these screenshots of the text...
No, I skipped to the end of the video. It's not rage bait, apparently. She doesn't say, oh, by the way, JK.
Confuses me, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know.
Museum in Resident Evil 2, it isn't there because it's something cultural that becomes... Museum in Resident Evil 2, it isn't there because it's something cultural that becomes utilized in functional manner.
Well, it is though, isn't it? It was a cultural museum that then became utilized as a police station. Am I wrong about that? I could be.
I've never
In
played it.
functional manner. Resident Evil games initially were built around the idea of intricate mansion that you navigate through, solving puzzles and struggling with zombies or
Okay, yeah.
something like weird, creepy creatures. If there would be a simple police station, it wouldn't be as fun as the previous Resident Evil games. So developers used their brainstorming and fantasy abilities to make it fun.
But
Should
when
she just-
Genshin do that, you complain. Because if we just had an old Germanic city with knights and horses, then, that would be boring. But because they put a temple of space in the sky that you can freely explore, that would make it fun.
But that doesn't make sense because we've had Celestia since the beginning of the game. We know we had a statue that could take us there from the beginning of the game. So it doesn't make... Well, to Celestia.
Well, I'm
connected.
confused. What are you getting at here, bro?
My station was stationed
I mean, it kind of sounds like she's getting pissed at Resident Evil too. Man.
in museum for the sake of fun, for the sake of...
I mean, yeah, people are going to get bored if they release the same game over and over again. Obviously, they're going to change some things. If you like, doesn't make sense. Obviously...
logic, not because it's something functional
No, I lit it.
that came from something cultural.
I don't think the reason that they made the police station where the museum was in Resident Evil because it's something fun. I'm feeling a bit wacky today, guys. Why don't we move the police station to the museum? I think it's because it was functional. Am I crazy? I'm so confused. They're misunderstanding what culture means. I feel like it's not the only
They're
thing that
pissing off Resident Evil players now too.
we misunderstood here. But maybe I'm the crazy one, bro. I don't know.
No, you're not. Don't worry.
Modular interaction systems, elements like movement, interacting, elemental reactions and stuff. This is just game design.
Yeah.
These are simply modules that create the basis of Genshin gameplay.
I agree.
It was done well because these modules created a coherent system, like elemental reactions, and you
Yep.
could interact with the world just a little bit using them. But developers haven't explored this idea further. Instead, they always try to come up with anything else but expanding their core mechanics. An example of badly done gameplay
Okay, I'm so glad we're actually getting examples here.
modules is Minecraft.
No, don't give me examples from other games. Give me examples from Genshin, brother man. Give me examples of what you're talking about.
Developers haven't explored this idea further. Instead, they always try to come up with anything else but
Anything else like what?
expanding their core mechanics. An example
I
of
do
badly
think I think it'd be cool if they did some new things with, like, instead for like more damage, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing with snezhnaya, right? With Stella, like I'm pretty sure that's supposed to change the surroundings.
done gameplay
Okay.
modules is Minecraft. They aren't interconnected, so it gets boring to play. And a good example is Sekiro. In this stream, they showed picking up axes and
Are you saying Terraria? Don't shit on Terraria. Oh, no, I think they're not. Minecraft. I do want to play Minecraft at one
boring
point.
to play. And
I mean, Minecraft is a game with endless, I guess, endless possibility. I mean, literally, that's the point of the game. Hey, Redstone.
a good example is Sekiro. In this
Get
stream,
good
they
at
showed
redstone, I
picking up
guess.
axes as an example of rewarding interaction, which is funny because, like, is it fun and rewarding to pick up eggs if you can do anything with them? Like, yeah, you can cook, but let's be
I
honest.
think this-
How often do you use cooking or reviving fried
She's taking this way too seriously. Like, what the fuck?
eggs to be thrilled to pick up?
It could be so. I think a lot of games have something like that is like stupid, just for the fun of it. Like, is it? And that is not supposed to be taken seriously at all.
stupid eggs.
Yeah, never. In all fairness, never.
There's no proper
But did they show picking up eggs as something that was meant to feel rewarding? I don't know.
value in them for the player, so it's a doubtful enjoyment.
I'm pretty sure everyone in that situation probably would have just laughed, or went, "Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me, man!" and went on probably did something else. I don't think people took it that seriously. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so there was no example of what she was trying to describe there at all. She just compared Minecraft for some reason. That was a weird thing. But anyway, let's go on to the next thing.
There's
What was
no
this?
proper value in them for the player, so it's a doubtful enjoyment. Also, feature focus.
What is feature focus? Just
What
just
is
so I know,
happening?
'cause I don't know what this means. Feature focus means what the patch focuses on. Okay, so the main focus feels trivial.
Feels trivial compared to high narrative stakes of Snezhnaya.
The feature focus of Genshin feels trivial compared to high narrative stakes of snezhnaya. That makes no sense to me at all. I'm
Like, hey
sorry.
guys, we are preparing yet another boring gadget for you. Yay!
What you got there?
It's a smoothie.
Also, other interesting details.
Okay.
But yeah, if they just had barren, frozen wastelands and didn't.
I mean, they literally said there's got to be things you can do. I'm pretty sure they said you can change the environment of snezhnaya. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of interesting things you can do. So
expand upon it, then that would be boring.
I'm pretty sure they
would
said that.
have to add something new to make it fun.
Oh yeah,
When
but
they
then
add
they
something
could
new to make it fun, then we complain.
That are worth mentioning.
True.
These might be
She's kinda
subjective.
contradicting
Like,
herself.
they aren't speaking English in their streams, although the majority of their playing audience comes from English-speaking countries.
I do not think that's true. Bro, I'm sorry. I do not think that's true. You know how big China is? Bro, China has one of the highest populations in the world. Most of their money comes from China. I'm sorry. And by the way, is this... No, and by the way, they don't use automatic YT subtitles. They put the subtitles in themselves. By the way, because if you're wondering, this is how automatic subtitles come in on this. Oh, yeah, guess what? On their special programs, it shows the full sentence immediately, which means they properly typed it in. Whoa, bro doesn't understand YouTube. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And plus, I would rather them use the YouTube subtitles. You know why? Because you can choose if you want to have the subtitles on the stream or not. I don't like how Woowa does their subtitles. I would rather it be on YouTube. I would rather them use the YouTube subtitles so because you get to choose, and plus it's better for making thumbnails as well, because you don't have to freaking think about the freaking subtitles being there. But you know, but it's like, and I mean, yes, I would rather they're like this, like, but this is like. Obviously, I'd rather them speak English, but it's like, one, they have English-speaking live streams with the English VAs, and two, I mean, the devs are Chinese, so in a dev live stream, I expect and don't 100% care if they speak Chinese. Like I'm obviously going to expect it for a game that's made in China to have Chinese devs, and then in turn them speak Chinese. And then I don't think I would want a voiceover over it, but maybe, I don't know. I think I need to think about that, but this is just insane because they do have proper YT subtitles on the thing.
They don't even have subtitles in their stream? Yes, they fucking do. Oh my fucking lord. What are we yapping about, brother man? What the
This is someone who did... I swear to God this person doesn't... I know this person plays Genshin. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this person actually plays the game, right? Huh, maybe not. I thought this was a post I've seen before, but don't worry, it's not. Okay, they haven't commented on this. Oh, see, they commented, like, going, you got rage baited.
We arguing about here?
I swear to God they don't play the game. But sure.
What are you fucking talking about? You are confusing the shit out of me now.
In their streams, although...
Gotta be honest, she isn't confusing me, she's just reassuring my thoughts are correct. And what I want to think.
You don't have to speak fucking English in the stream.
Majority of their playing audience come...
Oh, this actually pisses me off as well, because... What about NTE? What about Nevertheless? Shit on them, bro. Shit on them. What about HSR? What about Hoyoverse as a whole? What about... Does this person think Genshin's the only gacha game? And the only Chinese game English people play? I swear to God, this person thinks this, because there's no way you don't... Like, I don't know. What about Ghost Frontline, bro?
From English-speaking countries. Like, of course, Asia is the first one, but just look at this graph. Marvel Rivals, for example.
Okay, this is rage bait.
Just look at this.
Yeah, China is on top. I mean, yeah, United States is here. But it's like China is literally double.
This graph.
I knew that was double. I'm like...
Marvel Rivals, for example.
Okay.
The developers of Marvel Rivals, they learned English to show respect to their fan base, and players has been supporting and hyping them up for the effort. They also mentioned emotional fan base.
They even have subtitles? Okay, see, that's the thing. She thinks...
Revelations, a bunch of our...
This is not automatic. I wonder if you can choose automatic. If you go auto-translate to English, can you do that?
old friends are not only getting strong...
What the fuck? Like Russian? They literally do subtitles for this many... in Russian and Spanish. Wait, why is it... I'm pretty sure these aren't... Okay, I mean, this is this person's first video. I don't think they understand how English subtitles work. Because in a video, you can include your own subtitles, by the way, if you're wondering. I wonder if I can show you this. I don't know. Go to edit. Go to languages. Edit subtitles. This, holy fucking Jesus Christ. This is how you, this is what they do, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is what they would do. And the only time that things feel a lot like subtitles appear like this is on phone, and even then it doesn't look like this. So it's like, this isn't automatic.
Has been supporting
that is them purposely typing it in.
The effort. They also mention emotional weight and meaningful journey, but Genshin now is all about emotional dissonance. It's a bloated
This just sounds like ChatGPT, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. They also mentioned this, but now it's just this.
dialogue, lack of pacing, no breathing room. Like, its story is fragmented, unresolved, and bloated at this point.
Bloated, I agree with, because it's such a long story. Unresolved, yes, because get this, we're not at the end of the game. Fragmented, also yes, because there's, and this is just natural when there's multiple different factions and storylines at the same time. But I do believe it's becoming less fragmented and more concise.
I mean, that was what No Cry was for as well.
Which is what their goal was with Not Cry, believe it or not. I don't know. I still think Genshin has a shit ton of problems, bro. I still think it does. It has plenty of problems. This is just a really weird thing to focus on when I feel like we should be genuinely given props for them following through on what they said they were gonna do with Not Cry. They said
this is the only thing they showed with Rhea in the Luna 1 trailer. Just this.
Do something with Not Cry, and they did it. Not everybody's gonna like it, but they followed through with what they said they were gonna do,
The
man.
story is fragmented.
Oh yeah, forget he had Rhea's heart in his fucking lantern. I forget about that.
Resolved and bloated at this point. If you think I'm just being stingy and got burnt out from the game, first
Yes.
I think for the most part, yes, to be honest, because
Yes.
I've been in this position, and I also used to say, I'm not burnt out, I'm just sick of it. No, I was very fucking burnt out. I do think a vast majority of this comes from feeling like you've been personally hard done by, to be honest. I hope I get to the end of this and they're like, haha, get rage baited. I don't know. I feel like I'm
pretty sure they
to see
don't.
if they're actually
Unless I didn't skip back enough. But
serious or not.
of all, I hasn't been playing actively for half a year now.
Okay, then what the fuck are we talking about, brother man? This was patch fucking 6.5. Not
Okay, what do you mean by playing actively? Do you mean you only play when the story comes out? Or
out for half a year? You can't talk about the patch that you haven't been actively playing for half. Are you serious?
And I would advise you to replay Mondstadt and Leo quests
I'd advise you to play the patch that you're criticizing.
and explore the maps again on new account to see what I mean.
This is crazy though, because I agree with certain parts like the exploration. The exploration felt more fun in Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. But I think that's just because it was a new experience in a new game. Genuinely, I think that's why.
You'll be shocked how much clearer and true to life the experience of Teyvat is processed there. I'll make a video about it actually, because it's a long talk. Also,
Right.
they explain the train dilemma in such
There's no dilemma, bro.
details. Like, I don't believe it's such an issue to code it. First of all, like GTA Liberty City, that was out in about 2002,
wow, that's a crazy statement coming from someone who doesn't know. Like, I don't know how game development works. But I can understand why it'd be such a hard thing to do. Definitely of adding NPCs walking there, which are separate entities. Pretty sure you could probably enter the game in co-op modes, which then you have to think about like ping and other players moving around and stuff like that. And plus, they're not GTA. So it's like, I don't know what she's talking about.
trains, and
I think it's very. I don't know the right word, but saying they don't know how to code properly, or they say it's hard, but no, it's not actually. Even though you have no experience in coding whatsoever, I don't know the word for it, but it's the word.
can be problematic to code because
it feels like you're being a massive bitch when you say that. Like, you're being the biggest bitch when you say that. But I don't know.
are static and they follow a fixed scheduled route.
Wasn't the entire point of this the fact that they're not static and you can actually go inside the train and change the things inside?
Oh, is she saying that those GTA trains are static? So it's not that hard to place them? Oh my god, that's where she was going with that when they literally said trains move.
They already have such trains,
Yeah, sorry, can you change things in this as well and change the route? And
like lifts and not cry. Also, they mentioned music, like that it will be Baroque style.
Yep.
That is the
Banger.
thing you were
Okay, how you gotta criticize the music? Genuinely, there's nothing to criticize about the music, but go on.
the most anticipated nation.
it was behind the scenes, and they revealed other stuff.
Train music, and we are working on gameplay and also. Oh, new gadget, yay! Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's
What did these guys
What?
want them to show, by the way, for this? This was like 4 months before the actual snezhnaya was coming out. Like, we recently just got another banger teaser, which is actually very exciting. And we're probably going to get more over the coming days.
so
Yeah.
stupid.
These people are allergic to fun. It feels like
Yeah, I don't know. They're gatekeeping fun stuff. But then, in this person's words, if they keep it,
What? When you download Genshin on computer? Oh my god. Why can't I open City Skylines? Ah! Like, what?
boring and lifeless,
Why
and,
can't I open Fortnite, bro? They locked it. They hacked my computer.
and keep it true to real life, if snezhnaya was just like Russia and it was just barren wasteland, then that would be boring. So what other games did, like Resident Evil, is they injected a bit of fun to make it more interesting. But if Genshin do that by adding a shitty gadget that makes it less like Genshin, then it's a problem. So they're not gatekeeping fun stuff. You just don't want to play this game. And you haven't for the past half a year, like you said. So what's the problem? Are you just hopping on this to make a quick buck off YouTube hate train or something? Or is this like genuine criticism? I can't tell. I feel like
feels like
Genshin is
it's not.
evolving. I don't think it's evolving as fast as other games, if I can keep it honest. I feel like they're very much held back by the Unity version that they use and stuff, and the way that they do it. I think they're very much held back by themselves a lot of the time. But I feel like these criticisms are just a big old woe is me.
I guess also by mobile. But I
stopped enjoying this game 6 months ago. Let me tell you about all my frustrations with everything that's happened since then that I've never played but only consumed off of social media from other people's impressions and experiences
AKA only Reddit.
that I haven't been hands-on with myself. That's what it
Literally, actually is only Reddit because all the examples she's given is from a Reddit, by the way, I'm pretty sure, about people.
feels like.
they are gatekeeping fun stuff. Like
No other people's videos, no things from like Twitter, no comments, just Reddit.
Omni Element, lore drops
How do you know that'd be a fun thing? It's not even out. Lore drops we've had fucking tons of. I'm sorry. For these specific things, they just have no idea what they're talking about.
until the last moment because they are afraid of letting it go. They
The last moment of Genshin Impact Teyvat chapter storyline, yes, I would agree, and I think that is the best thing to do, and then start up the next chapter with that
They
stuff.
are afraid of letting go of people's excitement and expectations. And in result, people get tired of waiting.
That's something I can agree with. I do think people do definitely get tired of waiting, but it kind of goes against what she said at the beginning, which is players expect a long payoff, and just because it hasn't happened yet, they're like, it's too long now. So it's like, yeah, if people want a long payoff, then they got to wait the long time, brother man.
They get burnt out from empty
Like, why are we complaining that the
Like, do you get mad when you have to wait 2 years for an anime or a series to come out? Like, do you get annoyed? Oh my god. Were you getting annoyed when you had to wait probably like a couple of years for it to go from Infinity War to Endgame for Avengers? Were you getting pissed off with that? Were you getting pissed off between like Star Wars movies? Were you getting... Like, things take time. Like, this person doesn't realize how much time it takes to make stuff like this. And money. Like, how much... I forget how much money. I'm pretty sure they spent hundreds of $1,000,000 a month on this game. I don't know. Like, everything she's saying, you can apply it to everything, but she's not. She's just applying it to this one thing. And it's like, do you get mad? That means, I'm not lying. If you get mad with this game, like, you'll be mad at everything. Like, obviously it's annoying, like, even for, like, series and stuff. Oh my god, I have to wait 2 years? But it's like, come on, I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep about it. Like...
there's no conclusion to the story a year before it's scheduled to even finish the final nation.
Like, obviously it sucks, because, like... Okay, I'm just gonna repeat and say that. Obviously it sucks to, like, you're watching an anime or watching a series, and then you have to wait 2 years, for the next season to come out. Are you mad at that? Are you going to make a video about that? Are you going to make a video demanding animation companies to work faster? That's why actually Beyblade X is kind of crazy, or Beyblade in a whole is kind of crazy, because you pretty much get no breaks. You pretty much get no breaks in between like series. Kind of crazy.
And the initial
We haven't even started the final day
thing
yet.
they waited for is ruined with the developer's delivery because it's now rushed and flat.
Oh, it's rushed now. Oh, sorry. First it wasn't fast enough, but now it's too fast? Oh, I'm so
Right.
sorry.
With no weight behind it and with no actual consequences.
And yeah, like you saying too fast when it takes them multiple years. Like they would have been working on snezhnaya for God knows how long, bro. I mean, they would have been working on snezhnaya probably for 6 years. By the 7 or even 8 years, they would have been not focusing on snezhnaya, obviously, but working on it, to some extent, right? They would have been working on snezhnaya for the past 8 years at this point, because they obviously have to make everything make sense with snezhnaya, but also they have to make the story now make sense in snezhnaya, and they also have to make the snezhnaya story make sense for now. And obviously, they'll need to understand the whole story of the game before they start delving this deep into the lore.
With no actual emotional value. It's just empty, beautiful wrapping that imitates the vibe that Genshin
No, the title's got to be "I Got Rage Baited."
was.
Can we read the comments, Bran? Honestly, I don't even think I want to. Let's see a couple. I miss when playable characters were simpler and you could mix and match a bunch of different teams. Now everybody has some type of unique regional mechanic and you have to play limited 5 stars with another specific limited 5 stars for them to be...
That makes sense. I definitely see that. I definitely agree with that. Like, yeah, a lot of characters' best in slot teams are from teams from like a lot of characters have like work well with only specific characters, and they're usually from the same place. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Good. I think this is fine. I think this is an actual good piece of feedback. Genuinely. I do. This is a good comment. When I first started the game, I read every word in every quest, trying to get as much info and keep up with the story, even in the world quest. Now, I even start skipping words in Archon quest because of how dialogue condensed they are. Even when I try to read everything, I still understand nothing. I'm sorry. Personally, I think...
I mean, I guess watch lore videos. I feel like Genshin is a game you really need to watch if you want to understand the lore and understand everything. You need to watch lore videos. Watch Minsliff, watch Ashikai, watch Murder of Birds, watch someone.
Skill issue. I mean, they have a Razor PFP in all fairness. Maybe,
Self-reported.
maybe it genuinely is. Out of most of the gacha games,
Yeah, literally Razor's playing it to me, bro. Put it in Razor language.
terminology and stuff in Genshin is probably the easiest to understand. Terminology-wise. Dialogue bloat-wise, I feel like HSR is very bloated with dialogue. They start yapping about random shit, at least in my case.
I mean, the last story was a lot shorter than any of the other ones, which is good, I
I feel
guess.
like both Genshin and Wuwa are pretty damn good with not doing that, personally. Genshin definitely has a lot of quips here and there, you know, characters are having fun with each other and saying random shit, and some parts that aren't necessarily super important.
And that adds to, like, interactions and stuff. And after they have character anecdotes, and if you want random character interactions and you like that, I mean, you got character anecdotes. Or some of them. I mean, that's actually a lot.
The main story going on. Think of the last Dottore one, right? When you go and see Nicole and Farazan just yapping about shit. But for me, that's
Yeah,
fun.
that was cool, bro. That was really cool. They were just like so invested in the same thing. It definitely adds, and then maybe there's gonna be a character anecdote in the future that expands on it.
World building stuff. I get it. Genshin is
This is just kind of a wild video to me. I don't know.
trying to become everything all at once is a really good way to put it. What did I say, bro? I actually did kind of agree with that one. They have a million different gimmicks out in the wild that I cannot even remember how to use because there's so many of them. Yeah, I
True. I mean, I didn't remember how to do the Fontaine gimmick, like the Fontaine stuff. When I was doing that one, when I was doing I forgot the name. The melazine that's passive. I was gonna say the melazine that's like a Vishap. And I'm like, wait, her name's Vishap backwards. Passive. But yeah, like the passive thing. If you watch my quest, like me doing that semi recently, you would see that I struggled because I didn't remember how to do the puzzles because it was like 2 years ago since I did it. But that's more because I spent so long away from it more than anything. But So you just forget, which is, I guess, normal.
Like, again, with the things from... I go back to Sumeru sometimes, and there's puzzles I haven't done yet, and I'm
Oh.
like, I have no idea how to do these.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, literally, literally me with Fontaine.
Forget, and it's the pick the dendro thing, shoot the thing. Yeah, I can agree with this.
But that's more of a fruition of there's not there's not like a lot, and more that you just haven't done it in a while. But
It's like they looked at
and then having the same puzzle over and over again in every nation would get boring even quicker.
the wild Korok puzzles and thought, wow, players love puzzles in the overworld, huh? Let's make a lot of different ones because we're so original. Okay, but that would be original, right? Except in Zelda, they all operate on the abilities you got in the beginning of the game, so you just need to use your fucking brain. Yeah, this is the thing. And again, I do think more puzzles should be elemental reaction focused or element focused rather than pick up this thing and go do this thing focused. I agree with this. I do. I'm really not a big fan of the puzzles in like Nograi having to pick up these things and throw them at a certain thing and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that
not
maybe makes
intuitive.
sense.
Like sometimes you have to go back through your freaking notes in game and figure out what things do. No, I do think the elemental reaction system should be used primarily for puzzles there. I agree with this one. A sad thing is that unless someone can translate this into Chinese and shove it straight into a big CN social media platform while having the mental capacity to combat the CN shills, Hoya will remain oblivious. I don't like this thing that anybody that disagrees with this will be named a shill. I've been there, right? I've been called a shill and I've been called the biggest Genshin hater a million times at this point. That's kind of why I've come to the conclusion now that like I can be positive and I can be negative when it fits, but there's no point being overly negative expecting change.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's known that they listen to the Chinese audience more, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just a known thing.
Will not happen. Finally, someone said it. I've been exploring on an ult, and it's just as exciting as for the first time. So many chests everywhere that you can just stumble upon. Breaking rocks or chests feels natural. Lighting
Pretty sure that's the same thing.
up monuments, campfires feels...
I mean, that lighting up monuments isn't a thing now, yeah.
You can feel the magic of the open world. New areas may look more magical, but the magic from exploration is gone. Puzzles feel out of place, or we just turn into creatures to do puzzles because, well, only the traveler can do that, and it's never explained why. This is a very subjective take here. I still agree with this. I still think the puzzles themselves have slowly gotten less up my alley the more the game's gone on. However, the whole I've been exploring...
I think it's just I might turn around puzzles a bit, but I guess we'll see. Obviously, it's a wait and see.
And it's just as exciting as for the first time. I disagree with entirely. I don't even think it's a nostalgia thing. I played the game again from the beginning and got to like past Liyue and stuff and did Dragonspine. It's nowhere near as good as it was originally. You don't have that same lustrous wonder in your eyes.
And plus, because you also expect what's going to happen. Bran will never have the same jump scare from the boar, from that big boar, as he did back then. You know why? Because he knows it's there. He expects it. Things are always best first time around. A lot of the time, most of the time. And that is because that's when you don't know what's going on. That's when you're, aloof. That's when you don't understand anything. And that's why Bran got jump scared, because he didn't know that was going to happen, right? But if he goes back to Dragonspine, right, he would know that ball's there, and he goes, yeah, I knew that was coming. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's fun to go back and go, oh my god, I got scared of that. I got jump scared, but I don't know.
There's a brand new player experiencing all of this for the first time. And I'm sorry, this sucks to hear. You will never get that back. That's kind of the beauty of these games and having the first time.
I remember, I think I saw a short. I think it was someone reacted to a short. It was like, damn, I finished One Piece. I wish I could go back and erase my memory of One Piece and then watch it again, and then they get their memory erased, and I'm like, 4,000 episodes, fuck that, and then they never watch it. That was really funny. But yeah, sometimes I do wish, damn, I want to forget so I can relive it, but it's like, that will never happen, and then definitely not, probably in my lifetime, that will never be a thing, but yeah.
Experiences with these games, though. Do I enjoy Genshin as an overall video game more or less right now than I did when I first ever started playing? What do you think the answer to that question will be? And what's
Probably
the
more.
answer for you?
Probably more, I would say. For me, I don't fucking remember what my thoughts were at the beginning of the game. I generally do not fucking remember. At all. Which sucks. That's why I wish I started recording the game from day fucking one. You know what I mean? As soon as I started playing the game, I wish I would have recorded my reaction like this, like how I do now. So I knew what my reactions were back then, but because I genuinely no idea how I reacted to the game at all. I couldn't tell you. The only thing I remember my reaction to is going to the Scaramouche boss fight and me getting stuck and me getting, I think, kind of annoyed try to get to fight all the Fatui like enemies to get to the Scaramouche boss fight. I remember getting stuck there and everything like that. But it's like other than that, I also remember I think because when Scaramouche was shown like by being able to control like the lightning strike stuff, I was like, oh! I was like, oh my god, shocked. Like I still had my freaking YouTube reactions even when I wasn't doing YouTube reactions. It's actually kind of weird. But it's like anything from like I guess obviously the beginning of the game to Sumeru. I don't remember what my reactions were to that at all. Like it's completely gone. All I remember is that it happened. Is that obviously I did it, and that it happened. But I don't remember doing Leeway at all. Like I don't. But I know what happens in Leeway, obviously.
So
which sucks, by the way. Which sucks, but yeah.
I started playing Genshin, and I had no idea about the story, and I was learning about everything for the first time. I think I would say that overall, I enjoyed it more. I'd play through Mondstadt, Dragonspine, Liyue, and at a random moment of the quest where I'm really intrigued in the lore, I'd be like, oh, what's that over there? I'd go to it, I'd go explore it, I'd do the puzzles, I'd feel great, and then I'd look at my chat and they'd be like, where the fuck are you going, bro? Focus on the fucking quest! I'd be like, bro, I'm enjoying myself. The story, I enjoy infinitely more. Almost every other aspect, I do enjoy less than I did when I first started playing. I have to admit it, I do. And is that a fault of the game? I think in some aspects. But do I think it's a bad thing? Not necessarily. I'm really glad that I latched onto the one thing that I absolutely love. But I do think for the puzzles and stuff, I do think I just enjoyed the way that they did puzzles back then when it was element related. I knew I wasn't crazy when I thought Mondstadt and Liyue just had a certain charm that each region after has slowly lost. Like, I love the vibrant colors of, say, Sumeru and Fontaine, but...
Yeah, so it's more like they love the more medieval look than what is now. Which, I mean, that's taste. That is personal taste, and that's subjective, right? Like, some people are like the Mondstadt aesthetic over Sumeru, or the Sumeru aesthetic over Natlan, stuff like that.
Themselves don't feel as
I mean, that's
homely as the first two, if that makes any sense. Okay, great comment. Oh my god, great comment. That is the whole point. Mondstadt is supposed to feel like home, because it is. Liyue is supposed to feel like you're taking your first little steps away from it, you know, spreading your wings a little bit. Oh my god, I can go back any time, though. In Azuma, you get there, boom, jail. Bitch. You don't belong here. We don't want you here. Get the fuck. You can't leave, though. It's the first time you feel actual, like you don't belong there. You don't want to be there. Of course it doesn't feel like home. It's not supposed to feel like home. And then Sumeru happens and it's like, damn, bro, you know what? All my friends here that I've just made, all these friends are like a new family, man. Oh my god, we got Kole, we got Sino, we got all these guys around having dinner and having nice food and stuff, and then you go to Fontaine and BAM! And then it's Natlan time and it's
I was gonna say Fontaine. I mean, when we entered Fontaine, we almost got thrown in jail. Linny saved us. Thank you, Linny, for that. Thank you, but yeah.
Oh, we got war with the abyss, and oh my god, there's a big hole in the sky, Jesus Christ, and then Cry comes, and we get new
Maria.
friends, but it's still all about the abyss and the war stuff, and oh my god, everything's going
Dottore.
crazy. And then it's like, wait, but we can't forget about friends. We go further and further from home every single day, to the point where next patch, we're going to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
And now we're going to Russia.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, do you really think Russia's going to feel like home? Let's keep it a buck.
That's true.
I love that, though. That is the point. We're just going further and further away from comfort. And
Definitely also when we're going to the home of a faction that the Traveler dislikes. You know what I mean? The Fatui. So.
Final one that
He'll hate the place.
Read is this. My dragon glazing ass has been waiting 3 years for Nibelung lore, and instead of unpacking what it means for Columbina to be literally his daughter, maybe next time let's just wait until the actual Nordcry patches are over before you start saying, we could have had this. We could have had Nibelung lore. Maybe just have a little bit of patience. Just
yeah. But then you're gonna get it.
Traveler keeping correspondence with relevant characters for the ongoing plot to keep them up to date with their travels, like sending censored books to Yaimiko, or keeping mail with...
It's like reading... I don't know, it's like reading, like, or watching the first Star Wars movie, or reading the first Harry Potter book, and then, like... I don't know, and then going, well, the whole story sucks. Or, like, I know the future stories, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just so disjointed with this. I feel like my mind's so disjointed with this now. But it's like having opinions on future books you've never read before, like, in the series. It's like you don't even know what it's going to be about. It's like, okay, you're reading a Harry Potter book, you're 3/4 of the way through, and then you have your own opinions of the quarter you haven't even read yet, and you give up on the book. Okay, well, how does that make any sense? That's probably the best thing I could come up with.
Amber
There we
and
go.
Collei, or sharing
got
their
there.
thoughts on different Archons with Dainsleif, and he's slowly telling us about how his journey with the sibling was in every nation. That would be very nice. I would like that, for sure. I would always like more Dainsleif lore. I can only imagine he's going to be very important in Genshin Impact Chapter 2. I deadass am going with my theory.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what you mean. Keeping, I'm going to pop between them. Yeah, okay. So going back to characters that, like, that's what character anecdotes I feel like I'm more for.
Bro, that Chapter 1 is going to end at the end of Snezhnaya, and we're going to get Chapter 2 for Kamiya and onwards. So
I think Kamiya, to me, I think Kamiya is either going to be part of Part 1 or a 1.5, like an interlude between. But I don't know. I don't think it'll be Part 2.
Request when you're reading through the existing story that was left behind by his mother.
No, oh, okay.
It's always black background.
Well, that's kind of crazy. You couldn't find footage for that? Wait, really? You couldn't find footage for that? That's kind of wild. Because I like Streetwise. I think that's their name. They wrote every quest. That's actually kind of surprising.
But then when it's time for Durin to start creating his behind by his mother.
Oh no, that's I guess a specific part of the quest. Okay, don't worry. That makes sense. You couldn't find a specific part. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But then when it's time for Durin to start creating his own story, it's white background. Now, if we go through the Teyvat chapter storyline preview, everything is black background with white text when it's introduced in nations. Other than Kamiya, which is white background, black text that's not even finished yet. Maybe we'll ride it. Maybe we will be there.
I mean, technically, now is a higher chance that we will ride it because Irminsul gone kabush and fates are more dynamic now. So I don't know.
Of that chapter. It also does line up with the fact that Dainsleif was actually confirmed as a playable character way back when Genshin first released, along with Aether and Lumine. Probably because he's going to be one of the MCs of future Genshin, I would imagine.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Oh, wait, Brian, do you think it'll be in the same game or a separate game?
The
second
same.
chapter? I think it has to be part of the same game. Otherwise, people would be far too pressed, bro. People would be
And plus, look at Honkai Impact. Part 2's in the same game.
far too pissed. People have spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on this game. If they
I
got
think
rid
just
of
look
all
at Honkai Impact and you get your fucking answer.
characters for Genshin 2, people would hate that shit. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if that's even a feasibility, if they could, like, do that. But I expect to get the Nibelung lore and stuff in this next patch. I've been theorizing that for a good couple of months now. This video tended to go along the lines of that they haven't wrapped up many storylines and only brought new ones in. They're gonna hate this next patch, bro. Honestly, do you want to know one more thing real quick that we can leave this video out on, which is very interesting? This wasn't the Moon Sisters' names. This was like Solnari, Aralos, and Canon. Now, a lot of people, not a lot of people actually, I've seen one post about it, thinking maybe they aren't the Moon names that she's even holding here. Maybe it's the fucking Moon weapon names. And we're gonna find out more about this in the final patch.
Ooh,
Because this has
cool.
not been touched on. Deadass, dude, I've had my grievances with Genshin. I still have some problems.
Canon.
But to say that Nodcry was the big failure of Genshin,
Cannon makes sense because a cannon's a weapon.
feel like is a massive stretch. I feel like Nodcry was really good for, honestly, a lot of players. If you disagree in the comments here, I'm actually really curious to see why you disagree, what you disagree with what I said in the video, and what you change about it to make it even better. I'm still very confused why they've decided to up the speed of the skipping, but not just at a skip button. It feels very...
that's weird.
It kind of made me laugh, though. I'm not going to cap it. I'm enjoying Genshin more than I ever have for the story right now. That's how I want it to stay.
I know FedEx.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could quickly watch. I mean, there's 2 minutes left of the video
A special program behind
that was left, so maybe we could watch that. Do we want to? Probably not.
I'll make a video about it actually because it's a lot coded. First of all, like built reflection.
Like I did moment and expectations, and in result people get tired of waiting. They get burnt out from empty lore promises,
I'll give her
and the
the whole
initial
video.
thing they waited for is ruined with the developer's delivery because it's now rushed and flat, with no weight behind it and with no actual consequences, with no actual emotional value. It's just empty, beautiful wrapping that imitates the vibe that Genshin once was.
Your journey has reached
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was nothing. It was nothing. Ooh. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't know.
I got this video.
This
recommended
video
to me about
felt like a
month ago.
whole bunch of
Genshin will
bullshit put together. Like a whole bunch of not understanding the game, not understanding YouTube, not understanding the point of anything. She got a lot of things wrong, like, that are factually wrong. This felt like 2 hours of rage bait. I don't know, though. The game's great to me. I like the story. Yeah, I mean, learning more about Nibelung and stuff is going to be insane. I hope it'd be cool if you get actual visualization of him in the future. I think that'd be really cool. We get, like, visualization of the Funerary War. Like, getting an actual cutscene for the Funerary War would be awesome. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. I was gonna do something else for this video, but I actually forgot. So I'm not gonna lie. And it's like, if you don't enjoy it, you got fucking Wooer right here. You got. I don't think she doesn't play the game anymore. I still think she does. She says she doesn't actively play it, so I think it's like not playing it every day. Which, I mean, that's fine. But I don't know. If you're this pissed off, even with the story, which is the main focus of the game, quit. But yeah. Anyway, peace.